Okay. All right. All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Welcome tonight to our current situation show. We'll be discussing the electoral map and the pathway for each candidate to the presidency. I'm waiting for the other panelists to get on here. My name is Valiku Carbo. I'm going to be your host tonight. We'll be on for exactly 2 hours. So we'll be on till 9:40, about 9:40 p.m. tonight. Please participate. If you want to come on, let us know. We'll send you the link to come on. If you have input, place your messages. Waiting for other guys to come on, and we'll begin to discuss the issues. So, as you all know, February 14 is our runoff elections. Right now, it's between the CDC's George Weah and the United Party's Joseph Yuman Boakai. The discussion right now is how do anyone win the election with what play out in the first round? If you know what happened in the first round, the Southeast went to Mr. Weah very bigly. There were pockets, Nimba, Magibi, Populu, Lofa, and Mosrado swung and went to Jose Yumabwaka. So now we have to look at it. If we're looking at this from the context of who's going to win the second round, tonight we'll be discussing what's the pathway for each candidate. I mean, can Mr. Weah win the Southeast? And where does he take votes from to be able to win the second round? Or can Mr. Boakai get votes that are not in the Southeast that can be large enough to cover that Southeast number? So, that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. It's a crazy game. It's about a numbers game. So how do we get somebody to win the election? Who wins the election? And what's your pathway to winning the election? Where's your pathway? Who's going to be president? How does he become president? Can you lose Nimba and Lofa and Maserado and still be president? Can you lose all of the Southeast and still be president? That's what we're discussing tonight. What's the pathway for Mr. Boakai to be president? Can Mr. Boakai win enough votes that are not in the Southeast? Can Mr. Boakai get votes from the Southeast in the second round? How does Mr. Weah win the election? Can he hold on to the Southeast? Can you go to Nimba and get votes? Can you go to Magibi and get votes? Where are you going to get the actual votes from? So that's what we're discussing tonight. Let me welcome my other panelists, Brother Otivius Gilman, on the show tonight. Brother Gilman, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I don't like my haircut, man. Somebody cut my hair, I don't like it. So
you guys are cutting your own hair now, man. You let me go, boy. You don't have a problem, man. You're going to barber.
Yeah.
Probably finish.
Yeah.
What's going on, man? How was your day? What's going on?
I can't lie on God, man. I only asking why, why he blessed me too much. Yeah, I can't lie on God. I'm grateful.
So, before the other panelists come on, we're just going to be talking, a little bit here. But, the topic tonight is going to be what the pathway is. Because, the last time we discussed the pathway in the first round. Now, there's only two people on the table. And I'm looking at where is the pathway? Where do they get the votes from to overcome? Because if you look at the numbers, right, those guys are pretty even. So, they got to go look for votes. Where do you get the votes from? Let's welcome our other panelist, Mr. Malcolm Va. Malcolm, what's going on, my brother?
All's good from my end, bro. Sorry, man. It's so cool you guys came on late myself. I was kind of buying time right now.
Yeah. Well, I was kind of really late myself, so we started a little off.
How you doing, Mike?
Not bad, man. Octavius.
Yeah. So I was telling Octavius we're going to start the show here shortly. We're going to see if Steve and Augustus, or what's his name, Success come on. But before we start, I was just talking about what we're going to be talking tonight. The first round is over. Now we're looking to the second round. And we're looking at the numbers. We're like, okay, everybody know where they got their votes. Everybody know where that stronghold is, right? You won here, you won there, you won there. Now you're in the second round. Where do you go to get votes? to be able to outlast the second person. You look at electoral map. Where can you go to get votes? Can Mr. Waka go in the southeast and get votes there? Can Mr. Weah increase his vote number in Nima, in Lofa, in places like Magibi? Like where does the map sit for each candidate? That's what we're going to be talking about at night. We'll be starting in about, I would say about maybe 3 to 4 minutes. We'll just go around. But before we start, let me give you 2 to 3 minutes to let us know, give us your opening comment. I will start with Octavius because you got here first. Just your opening comment about what's going on, and it can be about anything. Octavius, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, brother. And let me say thanks to our listening audience. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Octavius Bestman Gilman. I reside in Detroit, Michigan. I'm a private real estate investor for years. I'm the owner of OBG Real Estate Developer Company in the United States, and Octavia, all American expert in Liberia. We sell coal and rice, and also I'm the owner of Octavia Loan Agency in the diaspora. But look, I'm also upon on the show. Um, Look, this is a platform that we for all Liberians, and we're trying to make it better. And it's your show, so we advise you to share. And we can disagree, but we just have to respect each other. So moving forward, let me say this: I will put on my independent cap tonight, which of course I am. But the thing is, we have to be fair. And if you look at this election now, President Weah have to work hard. President Weah. Let me start with Joseph Yiman Boaka, the former vice president. If Joseph, this is what I'll be looking at. If the vice president win Maserati, I'll be looking at the number. If the vice president win Maserati, he will win Nima and he will win Lofa. If the vice president win Grand Bassa County, it's over. It's over. It's done. So President Weah can win the entire Southeast, and the vice president is comfortable with that. He is comfortable with that. He can still win. Just that Yuma Walker can still win the election with President Weah winning the Southeast. But if you add Maserati to the Southeast, if you add Grand Bassa to the Southeast, that become problem now for the vice president. So the pathway to just like Imam Walker pathway is clear. That he have to win Maserati and he have to win Buchanan. If he win Grand Bassa, he win Maserati and win and Nima County, which of course I know he will win, and then maintain his his position in Lofa and county, the election is over. Joseph Walker will be our next president. But before I let my brother Michael come in, but if we the Southeast is gone, then if our in the Joseph Walker camp, I would not be putting money right now in the Southeast. I will leave it for him. I will leave it for him. I'm not saying maybe the senator representative there. I will not go there. I will not send any my vice president. I will not send major player there. But that's what I'll be doing. I'll leave the Southeast, but I'll be putting all my resources in Grand Bassa County and Maserati. Because if he loses, I know I can still win. But if George Weah win Grand Bassa and he win Maserati, I'm sorry, Joseph Walker will not be president.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you for that powerful opening. It sounds interesting. You are making a lot of sense here tonight, Michael. What do you think? I mean, your 3 minutes for your opening comments, and you can talk about anything, including what we're talking about.
Yeah, actually, my brother, he laid out, a great point. But what I want to disagree with him on is, uh, he talks on the opposition playing low on the Southeast. I think it's going to be a mistake. We all saw that. We all, during the first round, we rely on the fact that we are going to win. Of course, he's going to win, but we got to put on a fight. We cannot just sit back. But yeah, you made a great point that the Ome can win Nima because he has a lot of people, and again, and that's why I want to talk about the endorsement stuff that going on. We need to concentrate what are some of the motives on the stuff because if people are endorsing you, they should be able to bring numbers. So those will play key role. We look at in Grand Baza is gonna be. I mean, I'm not too sure when it comes to Grand Baza because they're my own people. You know, they are one of those that you cannot put your 100% trust in. But yeah, but it's gonna be a great fight in Grand Baza too because I think the Ome can make an impact in Grand Baza because if you look at Baza got Philip, he he actually he won. But when you look at the margin, he got most of the vote from the CPP. And now CPP with the ANC is not even they are not happy with the idea that he left the institution and went behind it to endorse the re-election bill of President we are. So I think the Bazoran, they're gonna make a decision, but again, it's just about number playing the card right, and be able to pull, as much as possible votes for it. I mean, every constituent is gonna count, so we cannot leave anything untouched.
Yeah, let me say this why I said that the vice president should disregard the Southeast now. We
Yeah, go
all
ahead.
know, and that's why I'm speaking from an independent mindset tonight. We all know when it comes to the resources in on Joseph Walker camp, he don't have it. So you don't have that much resources, you don't have that much pickup, you don't have that much motorbike, you don't have that much money. So what you do here is you try not, you don't it like the Democrats saying they're going to Texas. They're going to run campaign. You know you're not going to win Texas. So now the little resources we got, the pathway that we can lose the Southeast. And we support every sound human being that understand Liberian politics will understand that just like Human Walker pathway, it's there. We can see it. And that means losing the Southeast. So you don't have money. Why go there? And let me ask my brother Michael. If you say, oh, you disagree with me, let me ask you, where in the Southeast that you think y'all can win? Y'all can put money and win.
So the idea or the goal is not to win the Southeast because we know even if we were to win it, it's going to be a great fight, and
Yeah,
we
which
know how
country? Yeah, I don't
we
know which country. I don't know which
well.
country you think.
I think, like I said, not winning, but I think we can put a vote in Maryland. We can put a vote in Buffalo. We can put a vote in River G. You know, if we don't win, we can still control vote, and if every vote counts. So the Southeast, I'm not worried about the Southeast or winning it, but I want to take vote from that, so we cannot abandon it. Those little
Okay, yeah.
votes will add on to the numbers.
So Michael, just let's stick on the topic for a little bit. And Octavia, let me get to you on this, and then Michael will chime in. So the conversation is great. Okay, so let's talk the Southeast. All right. So we know that Mr. Weir has a big lead and a big win in the Southeast, right? And I'm hearing Octavia, and he's making sense from a point of look. If the Southeast is gone, there is no need to waste resources trying to fight over a place that is gone. Go to where there's battleground. Grand Bass is a battleground state. Go to places where there's battleground that you can win for resources there. And then, since you got Nima there, you're winning big and Lofa, that's where you should put your resources. But I'm hearing Michael is saying, look, we might not win the Southeast, but we want to take some votes because if we can add extra votes from there, then it helps out. Octavius, do you think trying to take even a minute amount of votes from the Southeast is still a bad strategy?
No, it's not. And that's exactly what I was expecting from my brother Michael. But yeah, is it? Yeah, is it because the vice president pathway yeah is too clear. And I saw it on the ground when I was there a few weeks ago. A couple of months ago when I was there because and he can win Maserado. So my thing here is I'm looking at the kind of resources he got. I'm looking at he don't have it. So the pathway here and he just mentioned River G. That the same Buchanan era there. And so he got away. He can win Buchanan. He had to put like you like the UP taking money and going to Grand Jeda County. Why go there? You know you're gonna lose it. So why take that money? Take that money now. Go to River Set. Go to River G. Go to Grand Pass. All in that belt, eh? Because you know you got a chance of winning it, and because he can win. He can lose the Southeast, and he win Buchanan, and win Maserati, and win Nima, and win Lofa County, the election is over. Joseph Walker will be our next president. Why you think Thomas Fala is sleeping in right now in Lofa County? He never even stepped a foot out of there after the first round. McCoachy, coach, all of them, they stay there because they understand that, look, we have to take some number from this man. They're not leaving it. And so my thing is, the CDC understand that Joseph Yuma Waka pathway is not in the southeast. He's not worrying about it. He's not. And he can win the election without the southeast. But if Joseph Walker, if he allowed President Weah to win Maserati and Grand Bassa, then we have a problem. We can't hear you.
Yeah, to Michael, what is the strategy? I'm hearing you saying, and Octavia's like, look, the Southeast is gone. Don't waste it. Go places where you can battle and fight. You probably can win there. Your pathway looks good. What is the strategy for UP now in the Southeast? Is UP saying, look, let's go there, take some votes? Maybe you see Thomas Fowler in Lofa. He's trying to chip it with that Lofa vote a little bit. I think it helped a little bit in the first round. They're in Nima Big trying to chip it with the vote. They might not win there, but Octavia is saying, look, guys, your pathway looks good, but if you waste time in the Southeast and don't go to the places you need to go fight, then you lose those places, and then you lose your pathway. What do you think our strategy is in the Southeast? Should we go there? Should we try to fight for votes there, or say, you know what, the Southeast is gone. Let's take our resources and put it in places that we know we can win and take us to the presidency?
I think of looking at a good strategy would be to consider the people of Southeast to be part of the process. Because one of the mistakes that we made, during the first runoff, is that people were saying the same message that we are saying now. We saw what happens. So we know that it's going to be difficult to win in the Southeast against, the president, and not because he's doing so much good for the people, but it's just the idea and the mindset of the people in the Southeast, But we cannot give up on them. We got to keep trying. And now I want to say this, right, popularly. We know that, the opposition team is not financially equipped as compared to the ruling establishment. This process is a sacrifice for all Liberians. We all have to put in. That means including the people within the Southeast. So they shouldn't be excluded out of the process. We shouldn't put that in the mind of the people that, the Southeastern, they themselves, they know what they're going through when it comes to, they suffer even the worst when it comes to Liberia. They live in the mud. So we shouldn't give up on them. We know the kind of apology they preach in the Southeast, but there are still people out there who will not stand up and support President Weah re-election. And those votes, we need them. If we sit by and say we don't go there to encourage the people, I agree with Otavia. We shouldn't spend a lot of resources in the Southeast, but we still need to get boots on the ground and be able to speak to the people to get numbers. What Thomas Farah is doing in Lofa, he's just struggling, because that's a big constituent that are going to yield more numbers to the opposition. But when we look at this, in the Southeast, I agree with Otavia to not spend too much resources, but we cannot abandon the Southeast. We have to, have few people on the ground to be able to get a couple of numbers. And I think we got numbers in the first round, and we can add on to this number, in the coming runoff round.
And let me say this. Listening to Michael, like when I was in school, in high school, in high school doing math, I know I'm not an English student. I mean, if I score 50 in English, it means I score 100. It means yeah, But when it comes to math, in math, what you do is, along the teacher start that particular math, you have to get it from the beginning. From the beginning. If you're not in class from the beginning, you're done. That's how math looking. You have to start from the beginning. And the problem with the UP is, and Mike, you said it right. You said it right. The first round, they didn't know they allow they allow CDC to beat that thing in the southeast here that the southeast belong to President Weah. So they allow that to happen, and so the southeast said, okay, you know what? They're not coming here anyway. So anyway, they already assume that we'll get our vote to President Weah. Well, just give it to him. So now you see, going back now, it's like the teacher started math 2 days ago, and you come in, we already to algebra 3. Then you say we'll start to end up from 1. You too late. So that's how the UP looking. And now they want everybody take all now. And you know that we not take all here now. So the thing is, my thing is, the UP pathway is so clear. It's so clear. To me, it's easier now than the first one. You know, and you don't have a lot of resources. You don't have a lot of. I mean, it requires too many. It requires a lot of money. It requires motorbike. It requires cars. Too much resources. So my thing, yeah, you already know your power. Why give yourself hard time? Why spray? You already know you only have to win the 2 county, and you can win. Buchanan, win Grand Bassa, win Marshall, win Nima County. You're the next president and Lofa County. Why go to Grand and go put money and you know you're not even gonna get it? And, you know, it's just common logic.
Okay, so guys, let's look at this. I'm looking at the map. I'm looking at the map here. No. Sorry, guys. So let's look at the map here. I'm looking at the map here, right? Octavia. Let's look at key counties. You look at key counties. For example, you were discussing Lofa. If you look at Lofa, Lofa turnout was 78% in Lofa. Lofa total vote turnout is about. Lofa is 177,000 votes in Lofa. The turnout in Lofa was about. The turnout in Lofa was about. They say 139,000, right, in Lofa. 139,000. So you got another maybe, let's say 30,000, 30 to 32,000 voters that didn't participate. If you look at Nimba is at 80%. They got 307,000 votes, but there was 248,000 votes coming in. That means that's another 50. You say probably another 50,000 to 60,000 votes that's out there. If you go to Grand Bassa, right? Grand Bassa, 73,000 people came out, and Grand Bassa vote is about 158,000. Grand Bassa votes are 158,000, and 116,000 came out. So you got another 40,000 votes. So if you are from the UP side, right, or even the CDC side, if you're from, but let's do UP, we'll come to CDC. If you're from the UP side, is it a good strategy to say, look, there are votes out there that didn't vote in the first round. We have to go after those votes to boost up the numbers, because seeing from the numbers, the more that come out is better for us. So, you know, sticking to the strategy of, if we leave the Southeast, then how do we make up those numbers? And if you look at Lofa that has 50,000 votes, Nema have another 50,000 votes that didn't vote. Grand Bassa got 40,000 votes that didn't vote. That's about 100,000 people that didn't vote in this election that were registered to vote. Do you go after those votes? Is your strategy, let's increase the people who didn't vote? Let's encourage the people that voted to vote, but let's increase those voters that didn't vote to come up. How do you go about making that strategy work if you are advising the UP? Octavia, I'll start with you. Or any other candidates.
If you were to pay me right now, put something in my account for UP right now, I give you the perfect strategy. And now you see exactly what I said. Leave the Southeast. I was just about to come to it. I was keeping it for when we get on the show, but I'll bring it up. They're almost, according to the data, they're almost 500,000 that never even, they had a voting card, they never vote. 500,000. So now, and then you got almost 114,000 invalid. Now, what you do here is you start your own in-house voter education and say, look, just because you don't let President Weah, don't touch him. Don't put S on his face. Don't boss it out. Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. You want cussing, you cussing. But don't test it, because when you test it and mark Joseph Walker, it means that invalid vote. So you see the education right there? It will save you, because you don't know that invalid vote. You don't know and who they put matter. And they were just casting somebody else, because I don't let you that I put S on your head. Then I let the other person I check there. So you don't know those things. So you send your own people on the field in Grand Bassa, Nima County, Lofa County, Monserrato, because you know that where you can, if you win no places, you win. So I will focus the and if you look at the numbers, if you look at the data, Joseph Nyiman Walker is doing well in Monserrato. He can win it. He can win it. That's why you see CDC every day they have a little team all over in Monserrato. They understand that they have to keep that number. Then you go to Grand Bassa. The thing is, if you add all those numbers, Joseph Nyiman Walker becoming president is not difficult. It's not difficult. But you know what? It's complicated. And you need people who in it for the country and not for themselves. Because here's it. Joseph Nyiman Walker will lose the election on one thing. Will be money. That's it. Money. Because you don't have the poor washer. The whole of Southeast, and you will come back here on the 15th. The whole of Southeast, it requires almost close to $2 million plus just for poor washer. And you paying them $20 an individual. $20. That's all you need. Joseph Walker don't have that money. So now, what you do is focus. That's how it's coming. You don't know what in it. So Joseph Nyiman Walker becoming president, my brother, is not difficult, but it's complicated. It's complicated. So that Bassa, Grand Bassa, Monserrato, and you can tell all your people there from the diaspora, y'all go home now and go be poor washer. That's what it will be, y'all. Because why? The resources is not there. And you see, I'm being on, because look, I'm not a seditious. Everybody know that. But I never do that thing for free. I don't do that thing for free. I don't talk for free. Everybody know me. The thing here is, you see the pathway, but how will you get there? Your pathway is clear. Your pathway, that's why I said leave the Southeast. If you go in the Southeast, then you already get an election to CDC. But focus on Grand Bassa, focus on Monserrato. You already got Nima County. Increase that number. Because you know what? Either Gongo where is already there. Jawa Gongo, you can, he's not going to make any different, but you're going to win it. So forget about Nima, forget about Lofa County, put your resources in Grand Bassa, put your resources in Monserrato, bring every vote every voter, bring it out, and you'll win the election.
Michael, so it's the same thing with you. And I'll add into that. I was going to have that for another question, but he put it in there. It's very important, right? You're looking at three big counties: Lofa, Nimba, Grand Bassa, with over 100 plus thousand people who didn't even cast a vote. Who didn't even cast a vote. Now you have another 114, 115,000 invalid votes. If you add that, that's over 200,000 votes right there. What is UP strategy? Are we saying, look, do we go to those counties and see how can we get more people out to vote and work on having less invalid votes and forget the Southeast, or add that to our Southeast strategy? What say you?
Yes, you see, my brother laid out a very great, interesting point, and there is a need that opposition community focus on these strategies, go back and do some brainstorming and see, like, okay, where did we went short, and how can we improve on those things, that we know that we came short of, right? And one of the things that Octavius mentioned is I want to stress on was the invalid votes, and part of that is because of lack of educations, and so we know that the term is short, but we know that that particular error we lost some vote. Even the very CDC too lost some vote within that era. Every political party, matter of fact. But now we're looking at two political institutions in the runoff. So my thing here is, as an opposition figure, I would say we should spend more time, and that's why I keep stressing that we shouldn't abandon the Southeast. Yet we shouldn't invest in more in terms of resources, but we should still make effort, to at least to accumulate some votes or to be able to talk to people, because there are some people in the Southeast, they probably didn't even vote, like you said, right? So how can we reach out to these folks? We cannot, because if we keep saying that these people love Joe Weah because he's from the Southeast, it's very provoking. I'm telling you, there are people who might want to hear that thing. People from the Southeast, they don't like to hear that, that the country is saying that, oh, the Southeast, but majority of people, choose that path. So that's what it is. So we need to go out there, might not have the, financial resources as the ruling establishment, but at least we can still make a lot of efforts to go there and, test few buttons, speak to people. Also, not forgetting about, other areas that we did good. Even though we did good in Monserrado or Nimba, Lofa, right? We there's still a need to improve. We can still do some work. But should we spend all the resources on area that we want a lot of vote, even though we did not spend much money? No. I would say these people were committed to the cause, and we still shouldn't leave them in the blues, in the dark. We should still encourage them to go ahead and make the second commitment, to the process. But still, we should also consider the people of Southeast. They are people of Liberia. If we continue that politics or that mindset, then that means we are trying to isolate the people of the Southeast. And there are good people over there who don't like what is going on within this government, and they have kept silent by not voting. So we can reach out to these people. By sitting down is not going to help, or by just saying, okay, we know we don't have the money, but these things is all about Liberians, to change the lives of every Liberian. So people should be able to, take the initiative for the future, not just about pay. My man, if you're a consultant and you come to the Unity Party to do some work, of course you want to get paid, but something that has to do with your future and the future of your children, you have to commit to the cause, man.
So Octavius, guys, good points, very great points. And the two parties, if they have strategies looking at right now, you got to be looking at these numbers and saying, where can I go get more votes? It's so tight that you're like, where can I get more votes? Because at this point now, it's a simple majority. It's not an absolute majority. So it may win one vote past you. That hey, he got it there, right? So Octavius, let's switch this. If you again, I'm bringing it back to you guys again this way. If you were advising CDC is the ruling establishment. You are in a very tight race with your opponent. You're looking at the map. In the first round, your opponent hit Lofa, they hit Nimba. Now they've taken over Monserrado very slightly. Bomi came out, Bobolu, they're all gone. You won the Southeast, you want Grand Bassa, but if you are a CDC strategist right now, how do you get people excited to come out and actually cast a vote in the second round for the ruling establishment to keep you in control? I'll start with Taylor, then I'll go to Marco.
Thank you. The CDC pathway of winning this election is like it's too easy, but they just don't know it. One, what I'm gonna do is, and what the CDC gonna do to win the election? I told you, look, is this. They understand that Joseph Boaga gonna lose. I mean, gonna win Nima County. They got that. They know that Joseph Boaga gonna win Lofa. They got it. CDC, what CDC gonna do is they say, you know what? Okay, and the result, the result. I mean, look, CDC is so the people they are so brilliant. What CDC gonna do? They're gonna say, okay, Joseph Boaga gonna win Lofa. He gonna win Nima, and he gonna end up so gonna win. So they're gonna announce Nima County result first. They're gonna announce Norfolk County result second. They go. Then now, what they're gonna do? They're gonna see where else again he won. Anywhere he win, they're gonna announce it. Then they're gonna go back on the drawing board. So let's assume he won bomb. They're gonna go back. So Joseph Walker is leading 200,000. CDC gonna. That's what they're gonna do. Let me give Maserati to them again. Joseph Walker won Maserati. Now, what CDC gonna do? They're gonna say, okay, you know what? He won Norfolk County. He won Nima County. He won Maserati, and he lost Basso. But he's still leading all 300,000 votes. This is what I'm gonna do. And you see how when the thing they call propaganda, people don't understand it, but in advanced country, people pay for it. So what they're gonna do, they say, okay, what we're gonna find at 300,000. We already know, in Grand Jury now, before that ballot come to Maserati to announce it, example, he's in that number. So if that 200,000 people, let's say 100,000 people voted in Grand Jury, before it reach a Maserati, that 250, what you do? You get poor washer there. The people from Sando, let's say 100,000 people voted before it got to Maserati, that 150. So they're gonna calculate, increase all the number from the southeast to make up for the 300. What are you gonna do? You don't have poor washer there. You don't have poor washer. And look, and you can complain, you can swear, you can cry. At the end of the day, if that number reach the Maserati and the election commission announce it, it's over.
Okay, so let me stick with you a little bit. Let me stick with you on this issue. But let's look at it this way. What happens if the UP have the requisite poll watchers? What happens if the UP man their votes as thoroughly as they can do? And you can't do that. How do this number? Well, guess what? You are the ruling party now. Forget about the stuff in the ballots. I mean, just on numbers to numbers. How do you say to the people in Nima, how do you look at the voting map and say, look, how do we get these numbers? Because now we look at the map, you're like, okay, the Southeast is gone, but you know, it's a fight in Bokolu, it's a fight in Bong. Bong and Bokolu are battleground. So if you are the ruling party, you want to win Bong by a big margin, you want to win Grand Bassa by a big margin, maybe you can get you over the edge. But right now they are battlegrounds, they are battleground counties. How do you get people? How do you get people? Even my is not a battleground at this point because Judah Parker win it very heavily. But how do you get voters in Bong in places like Grand Bassa? They are battleground counties at this point. Even in Cape Mount, how do you get those voters excited? Or what do you say to those voters to say, look, we the ruling establishment, we need your vote for the second round. Don't give your votes to the UP and Joseph Boakai. How do you strategize that?
Okay, you see, now let's leave the stuff in the back. I mean, that's Africa, more especially, no election is fair. More especially
Right.
okay,
we understand that.
Okay, so now there's the way that CDC gonna win again. CDC, there is the fight that CDC been waiting for. This is the fight. Just understand now, Joseph Boakai, the UP cannot talk about corruption. The UP cannot talk about corruption. They're not qualified in that position to talk about corruption. So this is the particular day and fight that CDC wanted. So CDC now, they know that the Liberian people now, they only voting on what? Popularity and love for the candidate. And if you put Joseph Nima Boakai and President Weah, everybody know. You put the two people down. President Weah will come who love you. Liberians love this man, regardless. You take politics from it, they love it. And it's a popularity. Who is popular? John Weah again. So that's the two things on the ballot yet. So I want to understand there's no corruption on the ballot, nobody who can create job on the ballot. Those things is not there. And all the things called and integrity is not on the ballot no more. It's not there. So now we're looking at we're looking at popularity and we're looking at love. And John Weah can win that fight. So John Weah now can go back in Maserati. And this guy understand, regardless whether you like it or not. The man understand exactly what to say to Liberians, when to say it, and how to say it. The guy is gifted. The man is well loved. So now, can Joseph Boakai be on the campaign trail and manage this man with every district, every county? He can't do that. He can't do that. So that's the disadvantage to the UP. They're not going to put a candidate there. They're going to send somebody. I mean, so and they have too much advantage for CDC to win. in Maserati, I mean, in Buchanan, they're gonna sell breast organ finish. All the candidates that lost in UP, will UP get them money to go back, to take their supporter back, to to make all the people vote? They don't have the resources. So you see the disadvantage here, it comes down to money.
Okay. Michael, you heard what the brother Octavio said. If you're on this,
Yes,
if you are
yes.
looking from CDC looking in, what is CDC pathway? We look at the map. You know, as I said, the southeast. I mean, at this point, we're not even going to say it's for them. We already know that they're winning bigly there. But the big counties, the Lofas, the Nimba, the Maserado, the Grand Bassa, the Magibis, they are pretty much leaning UP way. If you're the ruling establishment, if you're CDC right now, you're in that room strategizing. How do you switch? How do you switch these votes? How do you get more votes out of these counties to be able to win the second round? What say you?
Okay. Great question, my brother. And Octavius, you make a great point again, but I'm gonna disagree on a couple of issues, a couple of points that you laid out. But to answer your question, honestly, um, the one thing that destroying the CDC, and Octavius mentioned about propaganda. Yeah, propaganda is good, for politics, not only just in Liberia, but it depends the type of Ghana or propagandists you have on your team to be, spraying those or relaying those message, right? Like you get CDC have the like of Gazing Jaren, who is using tribalistic method, especially era within the southeast, and that it destroying the CDC among every Liberian because Liberians feeling that this leadership is trying to bring segregation among the people, trying to split the people, split Liberia, from there where you have the south and the north and that kind of a stuff. We don't want that kind of a scenario within our body politic. So as long CDC keep pushing these kind of messages, looking at citizens of Liberia like the Mandingos people calling them Mandingos dolls, those messages would not rest. It would not go into the mind of young people. And I mean, young people that have voted for this ruling establishment, they are totally mad. They see future. Liberians, you have a lot of young guys who are educated. You see this guy on the street who are Zoko, they call Zokos, because they don't have the resources, they don't have the opportunity like you and myself, to be able to actually express himself or to be able to go out there and work and contribute to society. So the only option they have is to turn to drugs, and that's why the government have been giving it instead of giving an opportunity, they're giving it drugs. So with that message of tribalistic, politics, it's not going to work. And besides, they don't even have any plan. The lack of plan. You're using strategy like unity party. Look, let's be realistic, man. Let's be fair here. If you're going to place all the blame on Omen Braga because a unity party failed, of course, a unity party government failed. No government is 100%, perfect. But when we're grading them, looking at what they have done as compared to the CDC government, they have done great job. Okay, government is continuity. So the Unity Party government, yes, they have a lot of ups and downs. There were other discrepancies within the government. Okay, but you are not attacking Mana Salif. You are glorifying her. You are never one day decide to even prosecute members of people of her leadership. Matter of fact, the current government even gave people job. Some of them maintain the job depending on how they speak and praise George Weah. But is that what we want to see, our country going forward? No, we don't want that. And now, in the come to Unity Party, we don't want to be preaching any, negative, politics. We want to get everybody, every Liberian on board. Our job and the women's job is to unite this country, bring this country back. Because where we are right now, there are people who don't even talk to one another because of this whole political stuff. So we don't want to be preaching. Look, we just get a few weeks from there. Whoever making plow, whoever win, at the end of the day, will be drinking beer again. And it's finished until we wait for another 6 years. I know it's intense, but we need to desist from those rhetorics because it's going to destroy not only this generation but future generation to come. So I think Omen Bwaka, there are a lot of Liberians who are sound-minded and they want to listen to something good, not just about money, don't fund in politics. We need to come up with an issue. Look, in every society, even you see the wealthier people, they didn't become rich by working. They look for a problem, life problem, and try to find solution. Like Amazon, what a guy named Steve founded Amazon because he's fed that there will be a need for some a retail, it comes to retail, how to be able to move your go your goods logistically, and it's helping. See how Amazon is shutting down a lot of retail stores, because you can sit in your house and buy things, you ain't gotta get out and go anywhere. But these are problems that he saw way back. So Liberia has a problem. So every political leader right now should be able to tell every meaningful Liberian how can they help to face the problem that we're facing. Forget about who there, because everybody saying that, oh yeah, because Unity Party stole, so it's okay for CC to steal. No. If Unity Party come back again, of course Easy have the opportunity of coming back, but with the right leadership. But now with Joe we have a term, other people might have to serve too. So we're not going to cut any political party out of the process. But we want the rightful president that will be able to set the country on a rightful path. And that's the message we should be telling people. How can we face some of the problem, corruption, things that, hindering the lives of Liberians? These are kind of things that people want to hear.
Yeah, before my brother come in, you see, I heard you talking about. I heard you talking about a PR or a pundit. The thing is, when it comes to strategy, when it comes to propaganda, is this: they're great country. Do you know why before they gave the female a house called Section A in this country, the man can be there? The man can be there. Okay, that's a long-term politic or strategy the Democrat is built for that particular voting block. They in politics it called red meat. You have to get in something. You have to get in something. If you had Donald Trump saying we'll build a wall, the white people between the age of 34 to 55, they want nothing from the government. They want somebody who will relate to them. So Donald Trump can say we'll build a wall. They're different from us. It called red meat. It's the same way. You talk about Gibson Jaru talking about the Southeast. That's why you call propaganda. That's why you call propaganda. Because why? If you cannot go out there and debunk this guy and do a better job than him, don't complain. It means that career is not yours. It's not yours.
It's called hate, not propaganda. Hate.
Yeah,
that's a hate speech.
I mean, you can call it whatever you want to call it, but this is why you see I never talk about things on social media or in my personal life that I don't know about. There are two things. Right now, I'm a computer tech by profession, but I don't talk about it because you know what? I'm not working in that field. I'm a private real estate investor. That's why I talk about every single day, every single minute, because you know what? I know it to the T. And, so I can debate, I can argue about it anytime. So you see, if you want to be in this era or in this field, then go and debunk Gibson Jaru. Don't say it's wrong. It's not wrong. It called red meat. That's why our people need. That's why our people listen to. It like me when I was discussing Liberian politics. I got 2,000, 1,500 people watching, but I noticed I was stupidness. I was not getting.
Okay, so just a quick question, right?
Yeah.
I want to ask you. I just want to come in. You said something that So was it okay for Gibson to reference Prince Johnson as a warlord, but glorify the like of those?
Guys, I don't want us to get off topic. I don't want us to get off topic. We're talking about Gibson and other.
Yeah.
But the mention I was asking him, because I'm saying.
Okay, let me help you. Yeah, let me help you.
Let's keep on topic because
you know what? Let's
get on the topic because the issue of rhetoric what I always say is always rhetoric is always selective.
Yeah.
The people who the rhetoric fits when they hear it, they happy with it.
Yeah.
Those who don't fit when they hear it, they'll be vexed.
Yeah.
And that happens on all sides. So I don't like the thing about propaganda. Propaganda is not a good news for everybody, and it doesn't make everybody happy at the same time, right? The person who discussing propaganda against another person, that person group of people will not be happy to hear that propaganda, and the other man group of people will not be happy to hear his propaganda. So I want to leave the Gibson issue. I think we can have another show to deal with the kinds of propaganda we run in our country when we are discussing politics. But that's why I want to pivot to a little bit on the show. We talk about what the numbers are and how things can work. But I want to get a money and the current numbers because again, politics is money, and you have to have some type of money. But let me lay this premise because in the first round I was kind of shocked. Reason being is I would say this is we know that the UP campaign doesn't have the amount of resources that the CDC campaign has.
Yeah.
So the CDC overspent UP 3-4 to 1 in the campaign. But you look at the numbers don't really say, who spent more. If they didn't tell you who was who, and you didn't know nothing about Liberia, and the latest numbers in front of you, you'll be like, wow, these guys spend a lot of money. And actually, who you thought spent more, you'll probably say they spend the same amount. And the reality is, CDC spent more than JMB in the UP, and the results are practically the same. Octavius, if you're the CDC, are you looking at this like you didn't get a return on your, there's no return on your investment?
Yeah.
Or there's no ROI on that investment because for what you spend, you should get more. If you're a JMB, you were saying, I didn't spend as much and I'm here. Now, in the second round, if you're the CDC, are you spending more? And if you're JMB, are you saying I can live with spending what I have and still win the election? How do you think money is going to play out in the second round?
And let me say this: the second round is 100% different from the first round. It like you get real oil and you get agro oil. It's totally different. Because here's why I say this. Now I got my brother Michael on the ballot in Sano County for representative. Michael paid 20 people way for Monserrato to go register the first time in Sano County. He spent $200 on those people, on the 20 people, just to register and come back. Michael again spent another $200 again for them to go vote again. Now, Michael is supporting the UP. Michael lost that election. Michael in the hole of $400. That 20 people already in Monserrato. Now, to get that 20 people back, that 20 people, let's assume they voted for Joseph Nyema Boaka when Michael facilitated the whole transportation, the whole to and from. Okay, now, and they say, you know what? We know that Michael supporting the UP, so we just vote for the UP. But when they're particularly for Michael, so they check Michael. Michael lost that election. Now, to get that 20 people back to Monserrato, to Sano County, who will you consult? Will you go consult those 20 people? No. You consult Michael. And so, because Michael got the database, Michael know exactly how to find them, and Michael know how to talk to them and how to encourage them. So now, when Michael just say, when Michael take $200 from his pocket again to give it to them, Michael do not have interest. And honestly, I know my brother Michael will say, oh no, he's supporting the UP. No, that different people that they put a call Librarian are different people. Michael will need some assistance. Let's assume that Michael say, you know what? I know Joseph Walker will win at my party, but you will have to somehow chip in. Get Michael some kind of buck. If Michael will do it for God or do it for the party, then he can come up with another buck. Where that money coming from again? It comes down to money. So if you're doing it for all the entire county, do you see how the problem become now? So difficult now. So difficult for the UP. So the UP is in so much financial hole. And they cannot go back to all those people. That's why, and we'll come back on the show. There'll be more Liberians sitting home in the second round than the first one. Because you know what? The propaganda war is working. The propaganda war is working. There are people who don't want Joseph Nyimabuaka. There are people who don't want John Weah. They will sit home. That group is just there. If 500,000 Liberians sat home in the first round, tell me now, how many will sit home that don't have money to go to Grand Basso, to go to Sano, to go to Maryland? You see, so you see, the advantage here is in CDC hand. CDC can win the election just by saying, you know what, we got nothing to lose here. We got a blank check, and we're gonna write it. But the problem here with CDC writing that amount on that check is, after the election, if you win, you have to miss payroll 6 months because you have to make up for all those money you spend. So whatever way we do, CDC in the lead, and they got advantage to win the election because they will spend more money. They don't care, you know.
Okay, good. So Michael, the same question to you, but just with a caveat, right? So you know, the European Union did a speech after the first election, and they criticized the CC government for spending government money on the election. It was plainly stated. And Tim, I'll come back to you for this question too. So now CDC knows that people are looking at them. Would they be willing to just spend the money that way? Because now if you spend the money, do you go back to the European and say, I can't make payroll? Can you give me this? Can you give me that? Now, if you're a UP worker also, you say, look, bro, I came out pretty good hanging on to the resources that I had in the first round. Well, I might add a little bit of resources, but I should not be that constrained. Do you think a UP is now constrained, not to spend money at CDC, but to raise money or to find money to spend, like Otavia said, make sure that all their voters are in the place that they need to vote and to come out for election? What do you think UP and the CDC try? Who's spending the money and who's getting the best return for that money?
So that's a great question, right? Now, CDC, let us not forget 2020, the May election that were here in 2020, right? CDC is actually learning from that. CDC spent more money during that election than even this current election. They're smart. They know that, okay, there are people who are just on a standby, they just want to eat, and we know that system now is growing in our body politic, where people will say, you know what, you are a politician. There's nowhere around the world politicians make more money, but they still to inherit all the wealth. So if a politician come to you for money and you eat that money and vote for your conscience, you know, whoever you want to elect, you're not doing anything harmful to anybody, because that very money that they bring it out to you is your money. You give these people job. You hire them. Liberians hire these people. Imagine you hire somebody, you give them job. Then they dictate into your life, controlling your finances, how what you're supposed to eat, how much you're supposed to take home to your family. These are things that we're going to be speaking to our people. I think it's right for people into leadership should be using state funds, especially donor money. You are indebting generation to come. People are going to be paying debt for the rest of their life, not just the generation. And you joking with it, you are allowing government officials to use donor money that was credited to the government that was supposed to be paid back in interest. Look at Rwanda. Those guys have stopped taking money from INF and all that stuff. Every government that coming to Liberia, they want to credit. They want to credit. How big is that country that we should be using donor money? You think Joe got money to be running campaign? 50 million, put him on 50 million. Where he took it from? These are state money or donor money. If Joe lost the election today, all those resources that he's lavishing around, you think we're going to be here responsible to pay it back? It doesn't matter who take over, whether Joseph Braga or Jesus Christ, you're going to pay that money back. So that's what we should be thinking about. They bring those money, tell them to take it to their family, because guess what? When we get the rightful leader into office, we'll be able to prosecute some of these people. Even if it doesn't happen now, I get to believe that it will happen at some point. So we should be very careful taking money from politicians, because those money that you eat it from them, you're going to pay it back. Your children are going to pay the money back. It's not free.
Okay. So we discussed money, Otavia. Money in politics everywhere is big. Let's look at this and this comes to the voters. Who do you think the voters are more capable of voting for in the body politic, right? For example, if the city government is spending money because they have the covers, JMB and UP is going out and soliciting funds for regular people and raising that money. Do you think it's easier for the voter to vote for the guy who he's trying to raise money from, even for his own meager resources, or the guy who's spending the money is in power? Even though money play a part, do you think money will be able to sway the vote in anybody's favor? Octavius.
Yeah. Thank you. So let me speak from my independent heart again. From what I saw when I was there. Look, I went to Liberia 3 times in 1 month, and one good gift that Joseph Walker got to his advantage, one the biggest gift that any political or candidate won. Joseph Walker got supported yet Donald Trump voters. They like him. So he really don't need to worry a lot when they say, oh, you have to pay the voters. No, you don't. Joseph Walker problem when it comes to money is to protect his body. But the actual voters say, look, go and vote. They don't need money from Walker. They assume they know that they don't have it. But yet and stay, they're waiting. They know that they feel that, look, we're suffering, we're tired, we'll vote for him. So they're waiting to do that with our money. But the problem is, when you vote, you got to protect it. Who that? That's just a Nyema Walker problem, to protect his ballot. And you need people, because, yes, if in how much I love you, I'm going to that ballot, but I voted for Joseph Nyema Walker. Understand, I'm not voting because of country. I'm voting because of individual. I'm not voting because of my chairman. You gotta be honest here. So now, John, you sitting there, then you protecting John, ballot, and I see your chicken wing with your salad and your quesadilla. You taking break. They're giving you in there 2 times, and then I see you checking new bill in envelope. 10G, 1, 2, 10G, new one. You put in your pocket. You say, stay on here, you be acting stupid for love for country. The first thing that come into my head, did Joseph Boga know me? So I want to be honest. So you see how money is playing in our book. And that's the advantage. Joe, we ain't get time where America can say, oh, you spend, or UN can say, oh, you spend. Oh, Joe, we just don't care. At the end of the day, he know he want to be president. So Joseph Nyema Boga problem when it comes to the voter, look, he got advantage, but I'm afraid they are not loyal. Because if they poor country, Joseph Walker will be president today. If they poor country, they're not putting country when it comes to that protecting the body. None of them. None of them. If the poor, if Liberian voters were putting country before party or individual, the man who they call the corruption king, they said get a man new. The man is a senator right now. Besson got finished. Will not be re-elected. Thomas Fowler a lot of them. You know, my girl will not even be there in the important country. You know, so I want you to understand that. So I'm afraid that when we talk about Liberian voter, we should be careful, because why? They are not loyal. They don't vote because of country or because of their children and grandchildren future. They vote for today, and that's the problem Joseph Walker will face. And I'm afraid that he might lose the election based on money.
Okay, so my brother Michael is the same thing. You know, the money play a factor. We look at the numbers, but the money and the numbers are not correlating to who get a better return on that money. You know, if you spend more and you get less, and the man spend less, and you almost die, you're looking at it. Okay, so now we're in the second round. Do you think money is going to sway the voters? Yeah, you can spend the money, but do you think money right now is going to sway the voters' mind for either candidate? What do you think about how money would be spent?
I don't think the factors of money will make any significant impact. And the reason I say this that the current ruling establishment, we have on the record that the current vice president was found in Bond County, a constituent that she won, as a leader. She told the people that, look, the money, that your money. I know everybody remember that. That statement from her has resonated in many Liberians' head. And it played a major role in 2020. We saw that when Thomas Fire brought the whole central bank. What happened to them? They beat them unmercifully. So sometimes it's not all about money, it's about people's life. People, look, I prefer you give me a better life. We all in America, I've never sat down and talk about Trump and the other person. As long as I got a job, I can take care of my family, Economy is that's what people want. Nobody, you see, our Liberian are politicians now because the country is in limbo. No opportunity for young people. So the only option to survive, you had to go to be, some kind of a, so-called politician or him being a politician. Look, most of the guys, they got the money on it. They're not releasing it to the people. We know them. Some of them even they lost. Most of CDC people they lost. Like you see what they got in on Natum. They don't tell you in Sando, who is currently endorsing the Unity Party because supporting the current leadership, making a lot of bad deeds within the Senate, cost them a lot. So Liberian politics is changing now. If you think that money, you will go see state resources and kind of bring it out to the people and you think they will get you vote, well, some people will get you vote, but not everybody. I can tell you that for fact, not everybody. And if money was the X factor of the whole process we're talking about, then by now, Alexander Comey and the ANC should have been, up there because we know that they all boast around that they have the money, even though they don't have it. But it's not all about money, it's how you're going to connect with the people. Look at Yega Koluba. How much money do you think Yega going to spend? But he connects with the people. He interacts with the people. The people see him like his own. Anybody go to Yega, you can call him, he'll pick up his phone. So he knows the people, he relates to the people. That's what the people want. Nobody will vote for Yega and say, oh, give him money. No. People will raise money for that dude. By the end of the day, he pay his dues. He served the people. When you serve the people, you don't have to go waste money.
Yeah,
you don't have to be wasting money. And when you bring the money, people eat it. Trust me, I tell you that since Joao Howard Taylor said that the money is your money, you eat it. That statement has resonated in the Liberian people head, and it play a major part on it when it comes to 2020 election. Thomas Farah brought money. Number money was circulating. They ate it. So this time they are very cautious. They're careful how to release money.
And let me say something. Let me say something quick. Look, if you want, and do not confuse Yeke district with Joseph Nyema Boaka. If you replace Boaka with Yeke will have to spend money. Yeke understand. Yeke never had problem protecting 10 different places. He was only focusing on one district. And so it was easier for him to even take his paycheck to spend and protect his ballot. That's why Yeke knew that Josephine and David had a problem a long time. Because you know what? He had a loyal supporter. Yeke was the only candidate that said, you know what? Bring your own t-shirt. In a day. But if you put Yeke on the ballot now for president, that's a whole different story. That's a whole different ballgame. He would need money.
Watch your 2029.
Okay, look, let me tie something into. I think Michael put that in our chat the other day, and I'm gonna tie this into the whole money issue. Discussing endorsements, right? And we're in the last 30-40 minutes of the show. Let's discuss endorsements, not in the sense of just going to endorse somebody, but what is leading to the endorsements, right? And this thing tied to the whole money thing and how the map works out for people. Because guess what? You look at Begonza or Bezonga or Finlay in Basso, or you look at I think Arcob Lucien Camara, Alaji Lucien Camara just endorsed the UP
UP.
today.
Yeah.
You look at Tiawon and his people endorse. I think Apeton were endorsed the CDC. There are different endorsements coming from different places. You know, so I'm thinking, what do you guys think? And let's talk about this way. What is inducing some of these endorsements? Because let me lay this premise. If you are looking right now, if you're a political party or a political operative, and you're looking at the CDC, and you say to yourself, the CDC might win. But in the last 6 years, a lot of people who supported the CDC when they came in, CDC left them out. Or you look at the CDC now, and since CDC have the money to spend, like Otavio said, they got to spend the money now because guess what? You can't stop. Or you look at the CDC like, I'm going to go and do the CDC because I can get something now. Like, let me go get my 50. I mean, Henry Costa and let me go get my 50,000, my 100,000 from the CDC now, right? So that when they win, even if they don't give me $1, at least I still took my own money. If you look at a UP, are you saying to yourself, well, long term, if UP is going to win, do I want to negotiate with the new leadership and say, you know what? At least I'm still in. Like Milton Churchill coming endorse the UP. At this point, what is the motive? Are you saying, you know what? It seems like Joseph Boca going to win. So let me just hang on your cocktail. Maybe you will feel sorry for me and give me something because I'm out of a job right now. What is inducing a lot of people? Which way? Whether you going UP or you going CDC, what is inducing them to make a lot of these endorsements? I'll go with you and then I'll go to Michael.
One endorsement I read it funny, and it gave me a lot of time to laugh today. Was the Lucien Camara. That Mandigopo.
Let me hold you. Why was that endorsement funny?
Exactly. That's what I want to out, but you just say, why was it funny? The man is a season. You don't give play, but talk. We like to talk.
That endorsement, a funny endorsement. Because and they are brilliant people. What they split. Sekou Kamara, Sekou, who is the president,
Junior boy. I beginning.
Yeah, I begin. He got a group, and then the man who leading the party, guy, he party chairman uno group. So they play in a car right. So we already know that they already got a son near the president. They got a son there. And the son telling them, say, file y'all go to the UP. So just in case things happen, and a leader will say something, but all y'all can't be, I mean, y'all know that I already in the house. And I already in the house. So the people already know that they will vote for John Weir. But let's go to the endorsement that I want.
But let me ask you this, though. Let me ask you this. Joey and the Mandigo had a little scuff for a few days. They were really bad blooded about what they did. You think that's water on the bridge right now?
No. That thing already been settled. Look, if you listen to President Weir,
is it settled among the people or among some greedy people within leadership?
Man, whatever you want to call them, that the same thing are doing. You can call them whatever name. But President Weir is a man who do not have that thing called hate in his body. He don't have that thing called a call of speech or I don't let you know. The guy is a man who, if the guy get a Jesus, if you slap my left shoulder, then I will slap your.
My man, you are Sidician. Just say you are Sidician. You call Joey, Jesus, yeah.
Let's show back good. Yeah, the guy get Jesus said, and you slap my right foot, then I will show the left. And the high president we are looking. And the man accepted everybody. He said, look, this country is for everyone on. I'm the president. You can say whatever you want to say to me. And that's it. But yeah, it's the endorsement I want you to pay attention to. That Mr. Cummings, that tomorrow. Mr. Cummings will endorse CDC. And the reason is simple. His calculation is brilliant. Alexander Cummings going with the CDC is not for today. It's not like he like the CDC over the UP. Mr. Cummings endorsement for 2029. Mr. Cummings is saying, his calculation here is saying that if I support the UP and they win, Jeremiah Kuhn, like young man.
So he gonna make up with Costa at CDC? Is that what you're saying?
Hold on. Let me finish. So Mr. Comey is saying that if I support the UP and the UP win, Jeremiah Kun will replace that old man in 6 years. That means I got to send up for 12. So no, I can't do that. Jeremiah Kun will not want to give me the chance to run. And he be my vice president again. He's not going to do that. So I'm not going to support the UP. I'm going to go with CDC because George Weah is not coming back. So now I can make the case for the citizen and say, you know what, look, I was there for y'all. There's nobody here again. Who can lead the party? The party here need money. The party need leader. The party need contact. I got the contact abroad. I got the money. Y'all have to show your way behind me. I gave y'all right. I supported y'all when y'all needed me. This is my time. And everybody know that they're saying that Alexander Cummings is in line to be the next president. So Alexander Cummings' endorsement is very, very important and critical. And according to my source, he will be making that decision tomorrow.
So let Michael. Let me come to this because I know my brother too. Alexander Cummings. So I gotta say this. I mean, I just gotta say.
Yeah,
this.
go for it. Go for it.
I just gotta say this because I'm thinking here, right? I mean, when you are saying Cummings' endorsement is crucial, and I'm looking at the electoral map. We're discussing electoral map today. I'm looking at electoral map.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo,
yeah.
I don't see a crucial man here. Every county I go to,
yeah,
I don't see Cummings as in the top 4.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I don't see the man in the top 4. I don't see him anywhere. I mean, if you look at the total count, the man is what? Number 5 or number 6 with 1% on the ballot. Look, the CPP by Labrador law can't even participate in the next election because they didn't. I don't even know if they reached the threshold to participate in the next election.
Trust me, that law now exists.
Okay, so no, it still exists. That's why Benayu didn't participate in this election. The ALP didn't participate. They didn't reach the threshold. So what I'm saying to you is the CPP might not even participate in 2029. Is he going to form a new political party? Because my ANC is like the CPP alliance. So CPP alliance doesn't participate. Now, what is Cummings' endorsement? And if you, I don't want to dwell on the Cummings endorsement by itself, but what is the Cummings endorsement for George Weah doing for him as an individual? If the people say they are suffering and they want to remove this government, you endorse the government. Do they have Google for you in 2029, or do they look at you as a traitor and they're just not going to vote for you ever? But it comes back to what I was talking about. What is in these endorsements? Is this just for money? Is some people just going to the CDC? Say, look, CDC got cash, a lot of cash to spend. They got a lot of money to push around. If I can, just get some money now. Are you looking at the UP and saying UP is probably going to win the second round of elections? So, let me endorse them because at least I get something. Is Lucien Camara is like, look, why would I go to CDC when I think UP going to win? I would rather endorse UP. The program was very unique today. What is in these endorsements for the CDC side and the UP side?
Okay. And look, this issue have been widespread on a lot of a media platform, and one of the key reason that you see people are making all these endorsements because of financial incentives. Okay, and when I say financial incentives, in much I don't like to mention the leg of Henry Costa, but we're going to mention that even though he don't, I mean, significantly, he will not make any impact, But
wow.
When you look at the amount of money that Costa have eaten from George Weah, citizens who have make a lot of sacrifice for this ruling establishment, they are mad because they are there. They say, "Oh, Mr. President, we didn't elect you to make up this, but you are now marinating with a guy who I would say is one of the reasons why your government trembled." Okay, now we look at people that Bryson Cafele, right? You know that Bryson Cafele, Nathaniel Magay, maybe Agent One like the leg of Musa Bedete. Those guys, it's all about money, but there always more to that. You know what's going to happen when Omen Braga take over? Those guys like the lack of Natanya Mangay, or I would say what her name, Musa Bedete. Musa Bedete, all the Liberian government saved millionaire. He would pay that money before he became certificated. The same thing they did to Bani Samoka. We're just waiting. We'll set example, we'll set precedent so that people, if you think that people will come and support our system and you will elect them, okay, the thing that was done to John will be, we can do the same thing to Paul. You're there, the Brandon Samoka, you never certificated him that he owes money, Bedete owes money. What Bill Tuare, the name came out in some report. The government had never requested for that report from the American government. I believe that the Unity Party is going to request for the report, and we're going to start a process with them. Liberia must change. So you see, a lot of the guys say, "Well, I will play this way. I'm elected, but I have issues domestically, right? I have playing to donor money, so maybe I need protection." So it's money business and self interest, not about the Liberian people, not about changing or transforming the lives of Liberian people. Because when you're into leadership, you are privileged to serve the people. But most of them that are into politics and call themselves politician. If you see that they say politics interest, but I think the main interest in politics should be the Liberian people, the people that you serve, should be your interest. And in the long run, you're going to reap. You see in Rwanda, the man saying you're going to run for the third term. We're going to question him. Nobody. You got opposition in Rwanda to question the man. You only have the West causing us. But because he's doing a great job, he's doing a fantastic job. So we don't have to be entering the central bank just to prove a point to be re-elected. No, if at all he did the right thing. All right. But the Liberian people are going to decide. They're going to make the right choice. But these guys, they have no numbers. Most of them, they are just there for themselves. Liberian people are seeing it. They're not going to follow them. They're going to make the right choice and, select who they think that will, put the country on the right path. So, but it's all about money, my brother. It's nothing else money and, people trying to protect themselves too because they know there's a possibility Omen Burger might win. And when he win, I'm telling you, y'all will see something. All right. You will see the real Omen Buckeye. All right. My co-signer, they got no numbers. All right. ANC got no numbers. We agree, if Kumi want to go to CDC, that's fine because guess what? ANC, CDC give birth to ANC. So not be strange, If Tara you then can go back, we went meeting ANC people can go back. But that's fine. It's gonna be we are and his people and the Liberian people.
Well, look, let me stay with you for a little bit, all right? And I know we sense our Octavia Brothers ANC thing, and we're talking about ANC and ARCO endorsed today. ANC is endorsing tomorrow. He said his sources telling him, Cummings is going to go CDC side. ARCO major party today had a very good program for Joseph Boakai. If you're at Boakai right now, right? Are you saying to yourself, I'm taking ARCO over the CPP right now? Because look, if you look at the electoral map, Lieutenant Kamara in the whole election,
he put out more number than ANC.
Over 35,000 votes. So if you are looking at endorsement or the weight of endorsement, who are you taking? Are you taking the guy who got 20,000 votes, or are you taking the guy who got over 35,000 votes? What are you looking at as far as heavyweight endorsement or endorsement that you look at and say this endorsement makes sense for this person or this endorsement makes sense for that person?
My brother, numbers don't lie, man. You just said it. You clearly stated that. ANC came what, or CPP came what, 5th place. Lieutenant Kamara came 4th. They're gonna run up, and then you have the so-called Abitum, whatever his name is. If I'm correct, out of 4th or 10th between he and Alco. But the point here is that again, we're looking at numbers, but every number counts. We respect ANC or CPP people, but we're not going to trust. I'll be honest with you. Even if ANC people or CPP people endorse Unity Party, we will take any numbers that we can take from there, but we're not going to give our 100%, guarantee or insurance to that endorsement. But we're gonna play around, like all politicians do, right? But look at this though. It's all about numbers. All right, it's all about numbers. We got a conversation of the leg of Mona Fahaden, saying that they're going to go and join. So even if Mr. Cummings decide where he want to go, it's up to these individuals, his people. He cannot convince everybody. If you look at the leg of Eddie Snow, there was a rumor passing around that he was leaving the CDC campaign team, and I think yesterday he reaffirmed, his support of the re-election bill president we are now. However, he clearly said that he's not going to run campaign in his constituent. He as an individual, he's going to support we are, but he's not going to be passing around running campaign. So most of the guys knows that the people don't want we are, even in their own area, that they are senators and representatives. The people say, well, we'll vote for you. Like Matanya Mangé, they told him that we'll vote for you, but we're not going to vote for Mr. Weir. Okay, so he finding it tough to even convince his people. So how can he convince people who voted for you, but you cannot convince them to re-elect your president, like Man Gibi? We want Man Gibi with huge people thought out because the presence of Matanya Mangé CC are going to reign Man Gibi. Look, the games are going to be played well, and we're going to play, using any numbers that come, my brother, we're going to take it. But I would say we're going to take the numbers that is higher. We're going to pay more attention to the number that is higher. People who can make impact. Now, 7%, 1% people that will be.
So, Octavian, let me get at you on this because Michael struck a point, right? This is what I gather from it. Look at it, the monitoring the elections and looking at the voting patterns of Liberians, right? This is what I gather from Liberians in this election. They were not just voting one, voting all, right? There were places where you would see a candidate who's running for president will lose votes, but the person who for representative will win votes from a different party. For example, in District 8 in Monserrado County, okay, CDC lost that district. It was a stronghold. Even though just we have won the district on the national level, CDC lost that district to a UP candidate on the district level for the House.
Bon County Johnny. There were people who voted for President Weir, but they said they were voting for Johnny because he went as independent, and he just joined the unit party.
And you made that point with Maggie. Maggie saw the same thing. Now, China Maggie is very big in Maggie. If you look at what's going on there, he won his vote. For Maggie, overwhelmingly, there's a good number of Maggie voted for Joseph Boakai, right? So I'm looking at the electors now and saying the Liberian electorate is becoming sensitized. They might not just because they like this one person, if you're not good for them, they might not vote for you. Tying this into the money thing, do you think some of these endorsements that are coming from candidates will help the person that they are endorsing, especially when it comes to those who are in the senatorial race and stuff like that? Because the people can say, no, we'd like you to be senator, that's why we voted for you, we'd like you to be representative, that's why we voted for you, but we don't necessarily like this candidate to be president, so we're not going to vote for them. So how do you see that playing out in the second round when a candidate from CDC can win a senatorial seat and lose the whole county to a GMB, or a candidate from UP can win a senatorial seat and lose the county vote for the presidency to the CDC? How does that play out in the grand scheme of things in the second round? And it comes down to, are some of these endorsements important? If the people, the people like you to vote for the senator, are they going with you because you say, I support Joseph Boakai or I support George Weah? Or they're saying, we like you, the work you have done here is good for us. We're going to make that choice to support who we want to support or who we think is better for us. How do you see that playing out in the second round, Octavius?
Yeah, you see, I want us to be mindful here because this second round, every single vote count, everyone. And one place that the UP should start worrying now, that in Yaga district. When Yaga say he leave. I think Yaga left today, huh? Yeah.
Yaga said like Mel campaigning for UP. I mean, he was saying something about it.
But hey, and if he leaving and come back on the 14th to vote, that's a problem.
No, he's not leaving. He's in Liberia right now.
I mean, that's what he said. So we should take it word for it. But Liberia is not equipped they're not there yet to that extent of where we can say that, to do type of scenario that you gave him will work. No, because at the end of the day, it comes down to money, man. It comes down to money. Now, that one-on-one. We been. I want you to know we've been on this road before with the same two candidates. We've been on this road, and the CDC been waiting for this play. They've been waiting for this game, more especially with Vice President Joseph Nyama-Boakai. And the question I have for both of y'all tonight is, what you're running on against President Weah? You're not running on corruption. You're not running on job creation. You're not running on roads. You're not running on nothing. So it becomes difficult to run against this man, because why? This man can. I mean, you're not talking about corruption because you're not in a position to talk about corruption. You're not talking about job creation. You're not in a position to talk about job creation. You can talk about security. There are more people die on the UP than the CDC. I mean, so there are a lot of things that the UP is not equipped. They're not ready. They're not in that position to bring it out, because you don't want to talk about corruption. You don't. That time will start pouring. Eddie Jones said his son admitted that he stole all the money. Last minute time to President, we are taking over the central bank, lost almost close to $600,000. Where it went. So all those things, So my thing is, we shouldn't just be talking about, this person. Let Naan talk about what you're running on, what you're bringing, what you're running against the man on. You're not ask all the questions. What you're running against this man on. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. I can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Never mind. Yeah. So the thing about people running on is very different from the UP. People say you're not running against the man. I say, look, that's the thing about Mr. Weah, and I always say, Mr. Weah has a record that people can run on. And the case have been made in the first round. As I said in the first round, I'm like, if the UP ran on nothing, and they didn't have nothing to run on, because they said the same thing in the first round. What are you guys running on? What is UP running on? UP ran the first round on nothing, and it's in a statistical tie with a guy who's sitting in the executive mansion. You're looking at it like, who's in more trouble? Is it a guy who ran on nothing and tied with you, who said you have all this going on?
No.
At some point, you were in trouble, because if the UP is saying to you, listen, a lot of people, the Liberian people make song. We never see Beyaman. We never, this kind of city, we never see it Ellington. It wasn't the UP that made it song. It was the Liberian people who said some of the things they were seeing with their eyes when UP were in leadership, they never saw it before.
Yeah, but
and that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but
so what I'm saying is, look, the election is here. The CDC does not have the record, because if the CDC had a record to run on, again, they were going to run on that record. They don't have the record to run on. The first round proved that their record, the people did not even look at a record. If you look at the electoral map, you're like, yeah, I mean, outside of the Southeast, where else did the CDC go and win? So it's not about a record at this point. The UP at this point probably have the better record than CDC to run on, and it shows in that fight. But this is my thing, I would say. If you put UP here and put CDC here, even with my study, the people are saying UP are a little better than CDC in many aspects. And people ask me, what is your proof? I'm like, my proof is in the records, my proof are in the numbers. There is no incumbent president in the history of our country that have been in the statistical tie with an opposition going to the second round. None whatsoever. Go back in our history, it doesn't work. In 2011, Helen was over George. We are over 100,000 votes going to the second round, comfortably leading her way to the second round. So what I'm saying is, if that's the case, Mr. Weah is going to the second round with 7,000 vote lead. It's a statistical tie. So the UP have done pretty well with not running on nothing against the guy who said in the executive mansion. Okay, so then, if we are going to the second round, I'm sure that nothing can carry us over the hunch. Again, what is the CDC running on? If the CDC, again, what did they run on? What were they running on? You were telling me the other day what the man said you're going to do after 6 more years. What the CDC whole propo or agenda for prosperity and blah blah blah, it failed. It was a big blah in their own face, right? And they sat there in the field. I mean, then the finance minister went to do a mop up exercise, and he said he was giving the money to money changers on the street, and nobody saw the money changers you get the money to. Then they do a stimulus package, stop doing the coronavirus, and nobody got the food. I mean, is CDC, does CDC have a record or anything? I was just on the show the other night. Then we just discussed that. I mean, there's no government, but CDC. What are they doing? What record do they have to show the Liberian people that you can still give us 6 more years and we're going to do better? The reason why CDC is in a dead heat, a statistical dead heat with Mr. Boykai, is exactly their record. They have none, and the people are sick of that record. That's why they're like, we will give the vote. Maserado, for the first time in a presidential election, CDC lost Maserado. So that's what I'm saying. Again, you can let me know. I think Michael left, but you can let me know what the CDC, what is the CDC record they are running on against the UP that caused their UP to be a statistical tie.
But you see, here's the thing. I'm not here to speak for the CDC, but based on the both of them record, now we got something that we can look at when it comes to Joseph Nyema Walker. And you look at, let's start from Joseph Nyema Walker hometown, Lofa County. Thomas Father did a lot in Lofa County than Joseph Walker 12 years. A lot. So there are a lot of things we can do. If you look at how much money was given to the UP government and given to the CDC government compared to what George Weah did in his 6 years, you can say, look, I'd rather vote for George Weah second term, because at least you can see something. You can see a lot of things. It might not be what we want and what we like, but at least based on the resources that were given to him and compared to what were given to the UP 12 years, hell yeah, anybody would take that. But my thing is, if you're gonna replace this man, you have to show us something that we should accept, and we should say this is what you did. No, you can't show us anything, nothing. No, it'll be and I heard you talking about it. Liberian people say this and that. No, the Liberian people look at how they call electoral. They name electoral. The Liberian voter. They call him Corruption King Kong. But I see Liberian people voted for him. They see Liberian people named Mel Jones. Mel Jones. They call him poverty data. What is poverty? It means you poor, you got me, you hungry. But they name him poverty data, and they voted against him. So don't bring the Liberian people story yet. Don't bring it yet. And other people will make decision for them. Liberian will not make decision for their own self, and they come to making right decision for that country and Liberian, our brothers and sisters back home. Somebody else will have to do it, not them. Because if they can look at Ellis Style and vote for him again, they can look at McGill and vote for McGill. They look at Besson and Gion, Bill Tuari and vote for Bill Tuari. They look at Besson Gaffini and vote for Besson Gaffini. That tell you that Liberian voters have a problem. Liberian have a problem when it comes to making right decision who will benefit it. So these are the kind of things we're looking at. But I believe that and you put George Weah record 6 years to Joseph Walker 12 years. I think the Liberian people can settle on President Weah and say this man will be the best person to lead the country is game. Because why? When you listen to him, when you listen to President Weah, all the man is talking about job. This man is talking about how he want to prioritize. Now, my first time hearing that what in President Weah.
Look, my man, but
hold on. Now, my first time hearing when President Weah started talking about prioritizing, I said, oh, hold on. They got talking about prioritizing roads. I said, oh, but my brother can leave on Des Moines and go all the way to New York. And he got problem pay $80 to go and count on toll. But I seen he can wait. President Weah is talking about prioritizing the road in the country. Why can't we embrace that? So let me ask you, are you against it? That man is talking about prioritizing the hospital, the healthcare system. I said, oh, but the president we got, they got red change. You see, so all those things. Are you against? Tell me right now. Let La Brepo hear you. Are you against? Are you against President? We are first thing on your agenda. He said, not today. Are you against the man prioritizing our road?
So, Timber,
answer the question, yes or no?
No, that's not a yes or no question because when you say, hold on now, when you say prioritizing, CDC saying prioritize, no, go. You know what? I'm gonna find the proper agenda for prosperity.
No. Leave that proper.
Hold on. I want to find that agenda for you because I won't put it in our chat room for you to read. They are using the exact same words. When they were coming to power in 2017, they said the same thing. We're going to prioritize hospital. We are going to prioritize jobs. No. It's
not
maybe
that.
It's new to you. Maybe it's new to you. No. But it's not nothing new that it said. The whole propos document, that the CDC-led government by President we have put outside in 2017 or 2016 when we were running for election, and in 2017, it's the same thing he's saying. That's the same thing they said. We're going to prioritize the hospital. We're going to prioritize jobs. We're going to prioritize roads. These are the same things. What did they do? What did they do when they got there? They forgot all these priorities. All of a sudden, they're prioritizing the roads again. Yeah, they're prioritizing the roads. You know why? Because they want to win the election. When they get there, they're going to forget everything and then go back to the status quo ante. Listen.
But look at the plan the man got.
But he doesn't. But the plan was there 6 years ago.
No, hold on. And the people know. When you tell the president where he said, look.
Bro, the man had a plan the PPAD. I know PPAD or PPPD, whatever it is. Proper plan for prosperity and development.
No, this man talking about creating 300,000 jobs.
Bro, that's blah. Me and you know we are business people. We coming out. How
you say
that's blah? No, but because how many jobs did he create in the first 6 years?
But hold on. But the people he bring you around here.
How many total jobs did the CDC-led government create in the first 6 years? Because when you come there and tell us that you're creating 300,000 jobs,
yeah,
I want to find out how many jobs you created in the first 6 years to build.
No. That leader says yeah. Because you want to go back to that 6 years, we'll go back to Joe Boga 12 years.
Joe Boga was not president. Joe Boga was vice president. Joe Boga is president. He's the chief executive. The boss stops with him.
He sat down over all our laws. And
bro, Joseph Boga was not president. Joe Boga was president. How many jobs did George Weah create in 6 years? And you talk about you're discussing jobs. Let's discuss jobs. How many jobs did this country discuss in 6 years?
Let me discuss President Weah job creation plan.
Don't call about job. They may have job creation plan 6 years ago. How many jobs that were actually created? Look, so we are the sitting president. You're not opposition coming even want to discuss a job creation plan. He's a sitting president. How many jobs in the 6 years he's been in office has he created? But now, in not discussing job creation plan again, is the actual how many jobs have Mr. Weah created in 6 years in presidency? Then we begin to discuss if Mr. Weah is serious about the hospitals. GFK been there 6 years. The equipment for the hospital been there 6 years. All the hospitals in Liberia been there 6 years. Did you prioritize the health system in 6 years? What is the priority for the health system you had in 6 years that you think you can prioritize now? Hold on one second. The PPPD that the George Weah-led government ran with, the President Weah, what his government ran with, everything you are saying here is exactly what they put in that document. They circulated the document. The document was on Facebook. They read the document. They reread the document. They was reading the document like a Bible for like 6 months. They read that document like the Holy Bible for 6 months. You know what happened when they finished reading the Holy Bible? Their Holy Bible, that document was treated like a holy book. You know what happened? Nothing happened. You know why? Because it was all vlog. That's all they talk about. You come and tell me, let me tell you, no, we don't want to know George Weah creation or job creation strategy because we just got to go read the PPAD is in there. But we know for 6 years, he created almost close to zilch. I mean, 0 jobs. What was his strategy when it came to the economy? Look, George Weah and his guys are making excuses, bro. Look, Mr. Weah and his guys did not have the actual innovation to increase the budget. First of all, Mr. Weah came and made a $580 million, close to $600 million budget. If George Weah was a great president, maybe that budget is going to be at $900 million, $800 million. What was the debt that George Weah made? What is his debt now? He's ballooned the debt. And I think our next 1 or 2 show would discuss our budget, our debt, our debt. We'll do some debt analysis on the Liberian debt, say in 2017. Bro, we're in a situation here where Mr. Weah is telling us, or at least he's telling you, because you spoke to him recently, that he has this strategy to create jobs. The reason why Mr. Weah is in the dead heat with Mr. Buckeye, my brother, because the Liberian people don't believe that. The Liberian people did not believe Mr. Weah had no strategy to create jobs, because they sat in Liberia for 6 years. Every year they graduate students from the university and other places, and they put their hands in the air. Because guess what? There's no jobs. There's not even no jobs. There's not even an environment that is conducive to create businesses that people can go and do businesses and make a living. Look, the George Weah-led government have been in our country for 6 years.
This man just the American government just created a package, a $1.2 billion package for job creation to create jobs.
When?
Yeah.
Where?
Then this man.
Mais please put it in our channel every year for 1.2 billion package for job. The American government giving Joe 100 million.
Man, so this man, when you
the American government will not give Joe even $100 million.
No, that the people are talking about creating jobs, and how is President Weah? When I asked President Weah, I said, "But how will you create?" He said, "Look, why every country going green? What are we doing? So why can we create the environment? Why can we create the workforce?" So I said, "How will you do that?" This guy is talking about something that no other president even thinking. The man is talking about win. The man said, "You know what? Why?"
Look, you gotta stop. You gotta stop the other tier. You gotta stop him, man. Look. You are talking about a government that does not even have the ability, the simple ability to handle the small current they're getting, like, bro. You are talking about complex infrastructure that we are dealing with. Look, let me tell you something. The Georgia government has no understanding. They say things that sounds good. They have no understanding what it is to deal with the situation in Liberia. The Georgia government has no innovative ways to deal with job creation. They have no innovative way to deal with electricity. They have no innovative way to deal with healthcare, education.
Let me tell you.
They have none. If George Weah was a president that was doing anything close to that, I bet you we'll be talking about this second round as a formality.
You see, now the man
you will have been discussing that.
Okay, yeah, it's the president who thinking 20 years from now, 30 years from now, he's saying, "Oh, he shouldn't."
The man could not even say he want to keep the power in 2017.
The man trying to talk about win. The man trying to talk about win.
The man came to power in 2017. He couldn't even think into 2023. We keep the 2023.
Look, I was shocked.
Don't forget about 20 years. The man couldn't even think 6 years down the line. He couldn't think 6 years down the line. And guess what? Guess what? Because he didn't think 6 years down the line, what happened was it showed in his election. Look, bro, I keep telling people, I'm a numbers guy. I'm looking anywhere you go. I don't care what you say. You look at these numbers, and if you put George Weah number and Joseph Boakai number up, and you tell anybody who understands numbers, this George Weah is the sitting president, and you are looking at your opposition, the conclusion I put on Mary, like, you gotta have been a bad president. Because there's no way a good president that the people in Liberia are telling us that their president is doing well. The president is doing well. He's going to be in the statistical dead heat within the marginal, even actually it's way within the marginal error. And he's running to a runoff election. And he's in this kind of position.
But why this man? But give me a chance. Give me a chance. Why this man is tapping into the young minds in the diaspora?
Brother, I mean, when we get into this, don't mind the diaspora thing is funny. They don't mind the diaspora thing.
Let me finish. Why this man? All I would be on president. We have to all the man thing. But yeah, it's the man who thinking about 15 years from now, 20 years from now. You see, we have to go into win. And because look, we have the opportunity is here. We don't want, so I said, well, why are you thinking that far? He said, because you know what? If China want to do anything about win, and all these people, the man just said, these people, the Canadian government, they're just about to go to Africa talk about win. So he said, I want to prepare the workforce now. That
brother, you gotta, my man, you can't, the problem, you guys are putting the cart before the horse. That's the real problem with the government. They always put the cart before the horse. So that's why the horse can't go nowhere. Brother, if Mr. George Weah, our President Weah, was serious about win, he will not be telling you about he want to prepare a workforce. Don't put the cart before the house. Hold on one second. Mr. Weah took 40 solid days to go out of country and hang out.
That's a good paying job. The man thinking about
Hold on
hiring
now,
the
hold on
brother
now,
the
bro.
system.
But
No,
hold
man.
on, hold on now.
Credit. Okay, get
No,
you
I
credit.
can give you credit for credit. Hold on now. The man took 40 something days to go out of country to go hang out to suck off space. He spent over $20-something million of our money. Do you know how much it is to do a feasibility study for wind, a really big wind project like that? Maybe $2 million. If Mr. Weah was serious, Mr. Weah would have spent look. If Mr. Weah would have said, hold on now, hold on,
wait.
hold on now.
All the men
Hold on, let me learn this point. I beg you, hold on. Hold on, but before you do win the other thing, I do feasibility study. I'm letting you know, it's not magic. You're gonna make magic. You can't get from the sky and start doing things. If Mr. Weah was serious about Liberia, and if he was gonna do these things, and then you say I'm gonna be it. If Mr. Weah had done a feasibility studies and have the documentation that said, look, here's the feasibility study that we did. You got the wind energy companies in America. You say, guys, come and do a feasibility study in Liberia. Let's know where our wind is strongest. Let's know, go to Denmark and talk to them. Let's know if we can put those wind energies in the water like Denmark and other places have it. Do a feasibility study. It's going to cost you $2 million, maybe over $2 million or less. If you have done that, that's a path to seriousness of saying to me, yes, because before you even prepare the workforce, you got to know how many amount of energy we can get from wind. Where is it at? Feasibility study number one. If Mr. Weah was serious about what he was telling you, and I'm just telling you, my brother, if the man was serious, he was going to stop his trip at maybe 28 days, take that $2 million, do a feasibility study, and then come to Liberia and say, look, we're thinking into the future of Liberia. We have a feasibility study that says that we can do this, and this. You can take that feasibility study to the World Bank or the IMF, and then you can start that process. The man comes and sit down. He goes and hang out for 6 years. He does all these things. He spends money all over the place that he could use to do all these things. Come back to us and say, "Oh, I'm thinking the future." When did you start thinking the future? Oh, are you Nostradamus now? I mean, are you Nostradamus? You see visions? Bro, it doesn't work that way. And that's why I said when people look at the CDC government, everything CDC says to them, they're like, nah, we're not paying attention to that.
Okay, there is a new CDC government coming.
Oh my God!
This man.
So who's new in the CDC government right now? Who's new? Please let me know.
This man right now. When you talk to President Weah, it's all about his legacy.
Yo, President,
let me finish. This man, he's concerned.
He's worried. He's not concerned. He's worried about.
No.
He's worried.
He's not because you know what? Hey, that's how this man started playing soccer. At the end of the day, we end up giving.
Man, soccer.
Yeah. You know, at the end of the day, we always give a man credit, and that's how he concerned. This man is talking about creating. This man want to invest in agriculture.
But forget that thing. My man, remember that says that he invest in agriculture. I mean, what happened? Let me ask you this question. Really, I mean, seriously. Yeah. What happened in the first 6 years? Because when you keep saying to me, this man wants to do this. This man wants to do that. You sounded like he's an
just because your first marriage did not work. That don't mean the second one will not work.
Oh man, come on, bro. Bro, listen now. The man, you sounded like the man's an opposition candidate coming in to do something that he's not going to do. The man is sitting in the chair.
Tapping into the wait. How a president we are? This man is tapping into the young people who creating jobs.
Who the young people he's tapping in? He's not. Look, if you look at Maserati, Liberia has one of the youngest population in the world. Maserati has one of the youngest population in Liberia. And if you look at our electoral map, do you know the idea
again? Do you know the idea?
So you're telling me, Octavius, and Corey, you know me. I know that you understand what you're doing. And I'm not taking away from you, but I don't want to be disappointed. Do you think you're the first person who have given Josué ideas? But I'm sure that other people who are giving Josué ideas. This is the thing I keep saying.
But let me tell you something. This man is looking at somebody who coming in and not saying that I want job. This man is coming and looking at somebody who saying, look,
Cynthia, I'm doing something else.
I don't need nothing from you.
But guess what? I don't care. I'll have a meeting. You can just jump a meeting and tell me what I'm doing.
You know, so this man is saying, it's game on. I want most young people out there, a lot of young people out there who are creating jobs in the diaspora to come home. And you know, so my idea was, okay, Mr. President, why our young people cannot sit from Liberia and place calls? And you know, they see what right now, and you call your phone company, that person that will answer, they're all the way in Papua New Guinea. And you know, so that's the same system we're trying to apply. and President Weah, and you know how many people are going to benefit? A lot. So, my man, you gotta be serious when we talk about our country, man. You gotta be serious. President Weah right now is the best president, and you know, compared to Joseph Yima Bwaka, and right now, we'll leave it like that. And you know, my wife calling me. So, but you know, we gotta do what we gotta do, brother.
All right, look, before you get to the show, thank you for being here. I got a couple of people who want to come and make some contributions. I'll send the link already. I'll be here for another maybe 10 to 20 minutes. But there's my thing. As I said to you, my brother, look, the CDC-led government, right, has been there. They're the sitting government. They're the sitting government. And everything you keep saying, right, everything you keep saying is the man say he wants to. Let me tell you a strategy of how he's going to. And I'm in my mind like, boy, he's been there. Where that strategy been? Mr. Weah at this point, Mr. Weah is very frustrated, bro. Mr. Weah is look, I'm telling you right now, Mr. Weah is stressed. Mr. Weah, if he understands anything, he sees the number, he understands the number. And Mr. Weah is like, the numbers look bad. I'm the sitting president.
But man,
and look at Joseph Bwaka, who they said was this, he was that, he was the third. They said that the man didn't even have money to spend, but the man is statistical there he with the guy who's sitting in the chair. And Mr. Weah now is looking at himself and saying to himself,
but if you speak to President Weah, all he cares about now is job.
My man, so he didn't care about job in the last 6 years? No, so let's talk about. So did you ask him why did he not care about job in the last 6 years?
So do you know how many jobs they make? So let me ask you, all the people right on there, is not job?
No, it's not job. He's not creating those jobs. Okay, let me ask you. Okay, you know what job creation is, right?
Let me ask you, all the Uber driver in this country is not job?
Come here, do you know what job creation is, right?
No, let me ask you now. Well, hold on now. All the Uber driver in this country is not job?
Yeah, but who created that? There's a business.
Joe Biden gonna take credit for it because they're not on welfare. But at the same way, all the people.
No, that's distorting. I mean, don't distort economic principles here about Uber. Uber is a business entity.
But
listen, legally registered or paper rather. You know they call paper rather in Laurel. Paper rather are called people.
But are they on welfare?
Are called people who are in the informal economy. How many jobs have
let me ask you the question. Let me ask you the question. Are the Uber driver? Are they on welfare? Are they on food stamp?
But guess what? But being on food, there are people who work on food stamp. Food stamp and welfare is not the benchmark for job creation in America.
So
let's not use that as a point. And if you look,
the people are self-employed.
No. The paper, my man. The paper driver is an economic poor man in African poverty.
You want to give it?
An Uber driver, bro. Uber driver, yeah, America can make $1,000 to $2,000 per week driving his car in Uber. He can make an Uber driver. Can make a middle income living in America just driving Uber. A paper driver.
Any won't get it. People around you can get it.
But that's the truth. You cannot. Joe Weah did not get any money to create a job. Joe Weah did not get it for money to create a job. Joe Weah did not facilitate. The government did not facilitate anything. Do you know why the economy allows a person to go to a bank and take a loan and buy a car? You think about the state? You think about the state to go to the loan?
It's hard to create jobs.
My man, you can't create job in the absence of you can't create job in the absence of strategy. The man been there for 6 years. They saw what they did there. They didn't do anything there.
What the man talking about wind turbine?
I get you discussing wind. Well, yeah, I mean, you can talk about wind turbine.
VK, you can hear me?
Yeah, Alex, but let me welcome my brother Alex Gray to the show. This brother is with the CDC also, so I know he came to give his input to support the President Weah-led government. Well, brother Alex, welcome to the show, my man. What's going on?
Thank you very much. I'm doing good, my man. Thank you for having me. I know you and your man, you have Otavio here. You just try to grind him. We sure we're not doing the brother justice because the basis the brother laying, it seems like some of you not picking all the gaps. I watched you when you was talking about endorsement, starting with the second round, what part money play, and then like bring people make up in their minds. And first of all, I want to go to, let me just quickly speak to the fact of endorsement. You see, the first round, they acknowledged the first round. Myself, the way the result were coming in, being a citizen for that long, it was not something satisfying. I was somehow worried, thinking that Joseph Yuma Boakai could have become victorious in the first round, which he never did. And that gave Joe a applause. The brother, he did extremely well by winning the first round. Joe won the first round. Jada, we never hit the actual mark expected to be announced president. And with everything going on now with the endorsement and all of that, no, in every political party, if the head or whatever political standard bearer or political leader make a decision, it's not every one person in a political party that make that decision. So we endorsement going on around the country as we speak, the political arena, people trying to take side, people negotiating for the better deal, and with the Alexander coming on board with CDC and all of that, people are trying to weigh where they will go and still remain vibrant, where they will go and they still remain protected. These are things that people weighing out when they're making endorsement. So money play a major role. Other people will say, okay, now I'm a political party that have like 10,000 voters. If I make the decision right now to support Joseph Yuman Boaka in the process, I might lose like 20,000 voters or I might lose 5,000 voters, which even may not even make it to win the election if we was to support GMB. On the other end, I have a reputable offer right now from Jawia Ken that he negotiating with me that if we join hands and win, this ministry gonna be for my party, or this incentive gonna be for me, or this superintendent position gonna be for my party. That means people within my party will still stay vibrant, they will stay political active in the political arena. So I'm looking at those deals. Other people will say, okay, I want to go to Jawia. I'm a vibrant politician. Jawia une says yet. If Jawia go, that means you have me, CDC, and the rest of the other guys to make a decision whether I can be the vice standard bearer or which if I can be a standard bearer. With my endorsement survive that way, that could be my negotiation with the CDC. Okay, my man, I coming to you. We can support you the 6th year. If you go, you're still going to walk out minority in the gap that I can stand and still represent the party and continue where you start. So these are endorsements, these are things that people discussing. And where and these are places that money play a major role. Money play a major role. My brother Otavia talked about the protection of votes. The protection of votes is one of the major things that every one political party want to get control of. Paying your pool washer, make sure your ballot boxes are being delivered to the checking centers, and making every necessary preparation for transportation of your pool washer, that every one vote that being cast for you is accounted for. That's where the money play a major role. Another part of it is we have a just ended election where people were trucked from their various uh, station point. For example, people in Monroeville were trucked way in Grand Cayman. People from Monroeville were trucked in Maryland. People from Maryland were trucked back in Monroeville on ground that they want to vote for their favorite representative, senator, or whatever the case is. Election is over. These people are back to their actual location now. Who providing no transportation? How can these people go back to where they voted from to vote again? These are areas that money play roles. These are areas the money will come in now. These are area politicians of the two party will start like, okay, 10,000 people will come to us and say, oh, my man, we'll vote in Bon County. If you can take out the Bon County, we'll vote for you. I'll show them how you're going to vote for me. What's the deal? What's the way we can work it out to make sure that my vote is accounted? How can we do it? The other group of people will have that some sort of deal, So right now, the second terms is a very crucial stage, and there where Manaseri always be the CDC, there where politics play, and there where the game of politics is now. And now we only listen to the majority numbers. So even Faleku Kabola here, if you say he's supporting Joseph Yuma Boakai, such endorsements should not be seen like not valid or it carry no weight. Even if Faleku Kabo carry about 5% from a political camp that join the Unity Party, that 5% going to be counted for on the Unity Party side. So every one number from the opposition that join the other side right now, it me a lot. Any number from the opposition that join CDC right now, it me a lot. Regardless 10, regardless 12, regardless 15, regardless 14, it me a lot to every political party.
All right, bro. Thank you. You made some very valid points. I agree with some of the points you made. Again, politics in the country is what it is. But we've been, that's why we're dissecting a lot of things. Amos, I know you listen to what we're discussing. You keep on the show. What say you? I mean, here's the political map. Here's what's going on. The 14 people are going to the polls. How are you looking at it? What's the pros and cons for the CDC? What's the pros and cons for the UP? Give us your take. Give us your thoughts.
Okay, so for me, I'm taking Cummings' role. Like, I'm not supporting nobody in the runoff, but I know Octavius. I know he's trolling. You can be successful like that or a professional and you're supporting Joey. Talking about the man playing for a job. Win cannot work in Liberia in the next 50 years. If you have Win injury, it'll be worse than LUC right now. Okay? The power that God gave, the sun, solar power, why you can go to solar power? Or you'll be importing German people and American people to work on your wind turbine. Every day a wind turbine will be down. We're not talking about cleaning the wind turbine, all that stuff. We're talking about real engineering stuff here. The only thing you can do is the offshore wind, but that takes a lot of money. We're talking about billions of dollars, not baking here and there. I mean, for me, I don't see why people supporting Joey. Like, come on. I'd rather that old man go there and try his best than for us to get Joey another chance, bro. Like, the country went backwards under Joey in the last 6 years. You can see that if you live in here. And you can see that the country went backwards in the last because the men are crew men, so crew people and crime people supporting him. Are you freaking kidding me, brother? How our country will be developed? You that thing. You're too young for this type of stuff, man. You can see your friend in Ivory Coast. Just across the border, you'll see Ivory Coast. Even Baby Sierra Leone yesterday. Nigeria then. They say that they're Jared Africa now. Look at what's happening in the sub-region. And you're saying that talking about, and then I'm saying he playing for them when he playing for that one. Man, they're leading travel stuff, bro. It's not even good, bro. Come on. Theo, that I want to say. Let me go.
Okay, before you leave, Quid, let me say something to my brother there. I know we've been meeting along the way.
So it's hard for me to tell who's talking to me.
It's Alice, my man. You've been seeing me. You don't need to see my face there.
Alice Gray.
My data.
How you doing, my man? How you doing?
Oh, brother, what's up? How do you?
So quickly, this is where sometimes I say it, and my heart struggle sometimes, and I'm not going to address it because my brother made a statement, but I'm just addressing it that people always make that statement. If there will be no for and against in political party, then they just supposed to have a bureau that responsible at that point at one president and say, okay, you be president tomorrow. That's why we have two political parties. I don't question anybody why. Or why will young men like you that have education with all this sophisticated wind technology that we all play with every day, why will you support Joey? I will not ask you that question. I will not sit there and Faleku Kabo with all the education you get, why you supported Joseph Yuma Boakai? Because support it come in your own natural and spiritual way. Whatever technology you think you're trying to carry, whatever contribution you think you're trying to carry on the other end is what every individual want to carry to the other end. But the possibility of everybody supporting one person, I believe for me, before I support you, if you read out your platform, if you carry out if you read out your platform, your interest for the country and what you intend to do, since I am a local citizen who is not up to your level in terms of population, in terms of popularity, I support you with joint forces in order to be able to achieve that goal, because it's the same goal I have in mind. So you supported Joseph Yoman Boakai because you see your identity. You see what you stand for. You see who you think. If you are to be in Joseph Yoman Boakai position, what all you see Joseph Yoman Boakai doing is what you're going to do. That's what you're supporting him for. It's the same as me. If I was to be in Joe position, every necessary step that he's taking is the same I will take. So since I'm not up there yet to make that decision, and Joe is the point man right now, so we also run on him with our ideas so that we can make it better. And the opposition community in the last few years, since Manasseh left the political arena and all of that, since we CDC are taking over, it's been one of the struggles that I faced with between friends and peers from both ends. I'm trying to not listen to Fadeku Kabo because he supports Unity Party. I'm not trying to listen to Otavius because he supports CDC. And me coming here to why? If you asking me question, why are you supporting Jawia? I will give you reason that I'm supporting him. But coming back to question my educational background, some men of you why you supporting Jawia? So is Jawia really stupid?
Yeah, let me say this. Yeah, and to even buttress what you just said, look, the thing is that when I when I spoke to President Weah, they you could tell that this is a different man who who um people people think they know. There's a man who is concerned now about the future of the young generation. This is a man who is concerned about how he will lead the country. There's a man who is concerned about who will take over from him. I know both. I know Joseph Walker who are not concerned about that when he get old. This is a man who thinking that look, in my next 6 years, I don't want to leave Liberia to go and see my dentist. There's a man who thinking that look, after my next 6 years, I don't want to leave the country to go do X-ray. There's a man who thinking that look, I don't want to drive. I don't want to. It shouldn't take me 2 weeks to go to Grand Jita County. And there's a man who's saying, look, whatever, and whoever have the ideas out there, and come home. Do you look? I went to Liberia 3 times, and somebody who criticized President Weah, and everybody know that. But why do you think I was comfortable to put almost all that money into Liberia my first time? My first time I went there. When I land over the country, when I was flying over coming down, what I saw potential. The people said the road was bad, it's true. People said there no road, no this, but I saw potential. When I came back, I own more land in that country than any young person my age group. I say family leading property that you bought. No inherit. Because why? And now, and when I told President I say, you know what? You can invest, you can do that, you can do that, you can do that. Right away, based on our late chat, this man is talking about creating about 300,000 jobs, 300,000 jobs, and every 6 months. These are things that can happen. I know my brother down there.
Otero, stop it, man.
My man, when you're talking, I said nothing. Yes, and so let me ask you now.
Are they laughing?
Yeah,
they don't know how they're gonna do it.
Okay. If I can do right now, Right now, I got 63 Liberians, 63 able-bodied men and women working for me right now. Okay, so if I can do it as an individual, why President we can do it? Because now
How
the
much has he
idea.
created in the
Otega is
last
very
6
simple. Ask my
years?
question. Let me answer the question.
My
Otega
man,
is
let me finish now. Oh, my
okay,
man.
go ahead.
Why would I call that man new? That man is a man who now trying to tap
Man,
into
money,
the young mind and say, you know
money.
what? You're doing it on the ground. It's not they say. We can see it. We can touch it. You know what? So we need your idea. And I just put one or two things together. I said, this is why you can do it. It is without spending nothing. And when I saw the Zogo, I told you about the Zogo. I said, there's $1 billion in Georgia sitting down here. You call it Zogo, but I see potential. I said, look, we buy land in Liberia. We come back to the US and leave it there. Do we pay taxes on that? Nothing. He saw when I do that, I run the number. That's $1 billion in Dodger City every single year. So these are the ideas I presented to the president. The president said, you know what? Look, Galasco, it was a good decision you made me to talk to Mr. Gemma. And these are the kind of things. So that's why I'm saying, President, we are says here, and you don't get a man, no says here.
So it's a personal thing, right? It's a personal thing
Oh,
for
look at,
you.
The
When man promises something,
So hold on. Let me
like,
when
so
I
for
walk
you,
on,
I know
when
you.
I we have our own country, and we have our own country, that personal thing.
Mr.
let me
Gilman, I
step
know
in.
you for
Let me step in
for
one
a
second.
fact. You,
I tell you, let me step in 1 second. And the reason why, that's the reason why I say Otavia. You know what I mean? You know my brother, I listen to you. And I understand from whence you come. But the thing is a whole bunch of lies. Look, let's look at it from I keep going back to this. You were talking about the CDC-led government, like the CDC-led government is in opposition are coming in. If you were talking about an opposition government, when you're saying that, I was like, okay, yeah, you know what? Okay. As I said again, the CDC-led government in 2017 and 2018 had a document called the Propo what do you call it?
Proper agenda.
Prosperity, the Propo Agenda for Prosperity and Development, PPAD. All right. That book, everything you are saying here is in that document. I'm going to put it in our channel. You're going to read it. I'm going to find it. I'll put it in our channel. The citizens and the real-led government read that book like a Bible for the first 6 months. If you talk to any city or anybody for the CDC camp in the first 6 months, they could quote almost all provisions on the PPAD.
But it's wrong for President. We have to accept new idea. It's wrong.
Hold on now, my brother. They could quote that whole provision. Everything you are saying here, they put it in that document is there. It's written down in black and white. But you know what happened? Nothing. So when you come back to us and say, oh yeah, you know, Joey, just thinking about jobs, bro. Joey was lifted to the presidency on the backs of young people who needed a job the most. Masorada County was a stronghold for George Weah because they have one of the youngest population. The young people in Liberia lifted the CDC on their backs. Today in our election, George Weah did not win Masorada. In 2023 election, the young people of Masorada refused to vote for the men. Why do you think so? So yes, if Joey look at these numbers, that's why he's crying. Oh man, I know. Yeah, because guess what? In 6 years, when the young people were there crying and said, "Look, we've been sitting here. We are still hoping and depending on you. We hope you will create the jobs. You will give us the opportunity." The men were flying in private jets, hanging out, or taking pictures at the stadium and 5-star hotels. When the young people were staying in Morgan, sitting down and still thinking about what they're going to eat the next day. So yes, the young people have voted against this man in Masorada County, of all places. So when you come with this, oh, the man is thinking about this, bro. The man is a sitting president. I always ask you, how is he doing it? Because it's not about strategy now. It's about his what is he doing? How many jobs is he creating? How many opportunities is he creating for young people? You are as a man who sees opportunity. You will see the opportunity and potential in Liberia. Nobody have ever said Liberia does not have potential. The problem is our government who's leading can't even see the potential that you see. And as optimistic as you are about this conversation with Mr. Weah, I'll wait to read the PPAD document and come and tell me if anything John Weah told you that in the document. And then go and evaluate the 6 years. If they produce anything in that document in the 6 years they were there.
Man, you need that old document.
CEO Octavius have a good plan, and I know he can execute the plans.
Octavius president.
The minute you support Octavius,
Why I don't have to be president?
Yeah, but the way you support got influence. That's why.
Let my question go back.
Go ahead, Alice.
Let my question go back to you a little bit. before. I know I stay on here. I think I might cover every topic you guys cover. So it kind of like bringing it up and not just hitting it the right way. That's what I just trying to go back. My brother Octavio's here was like somehow in doubt. You guys haven't make it clear as a party structure, as a unity party. Okay, now we are going against CDC. What are the key bullet points you guys are telling the Liberian people? What are your campaign base to say, okay, this is why Mr. Weir is not doing? Because I know you're not advocating for corruption. You're not advocating for road development. You're not
Thank you.
advocating for infrastructure. The last 10, 15, 16, 17 or higher leading Unity Party campaigners. As far as I traveled Liberia back in April, I was in Liberia for 2 months. I had a time to visit almost about 7 different counties as a neutral person. To listen to some of the preliminary campaign gathering, listening to people say Joseph Yuma Boakai. I was even there during the registration process. I visited Lofa during that process. As I said before, you are registered in Nima County. So the preliminary campaign message that I've been hearing and I listen to is just based off hate, other people not getting other things done, other people not getting certain immunity, other people not doing that to a point that we're in a social gathering. Usually the way we sit, we sit together in Des Moines and be chilling and be talking politics and this that. I was blessed to say with few people who happen to be key decision maker in the United Party, which I will not call me. And some of their conversation, it's just nothing to run campaign on. It was like just mere hate and propaganda on other people in position. Oh, today, during United Party time, you will leave your house, you visit town, you visit your friend in ministry, and some of them will give you money. You coming home, you coming with 150, but under your government, this thing not happening. Okay, if that was the case, it's just you visiting me at my office. I'm giving you money. Now I'm a straight person. This money that I used to get consigned is not coming anymore. So every money that comes is my own salary. So you leave with me to give you my own salary.
Straight person.
No, I can choose to say yes. So it's not something for you to say, okay, that's why you're not voting for CDC for because you visit Fareku Kabo and you not get money from him. You visit Emma, you not get money from Emma. You visit Otavio, you not get money from him. So is that a policy? Is that policy that you're telling me about that you're voting against CDC for? So what exactly your draft policy that you're running on?
Okay, so I don't know.
They ain't get nothing.
But when I have a question, let me answer very quickly. We're gone 2 hours and 23 minutes, so we'll be closing. So once I answer, I'll give everybody time to do that parting comments. So let me say this. My brother Alex, this is the thing. This is the thing right here, right? You look at the CDC-led government. When Otavio had this thing coming, oh, you ain't running on corruption, you ain't running on. And I keep asking my CDC minute, why you guys are running on that, y'all? If Joe Parker is running on nothing, the man ran on nothing. And he's neck in neck with you, and he won you in Maserado, you got to be looking at it and like, oh my God, there's a guy who ran on nothing, and I can't even beat him. The man who ran on nothing. Y'all say he ain't got nothing to wrong. Fine. But you ran on everything. In the first round, you're the man neck to neck. You guys are in a statistical tie going to the second round. You will get everything you are doing there. You're straightforward in government. Your friend can go to government office. You can steal. You ain't get corruption, nothing. You guys cannot still win a man who ran on nothing. But let me tell this to you. The Joe Barker leadership, you don't follow our reasoning. Our stuff say arrest. AREST. Okay? And what it stands for? It stands for agriculture, roads, rule of law, education, sanitation, and tourism. Now, You are sitting here in your government, my man. We're talking about or what you can do, or what do you know how many jobs the agricultural sector can create? So we have created no jobs in the agricultural sector because agriculture is not just going to play something on the ground. We're not just discussing your agriculture where you go play using chapia. We're talking about mechanized agriculture and they're doing what they call economic value addition. That means we're not just taking our raw product and sending it outside Liberia, we produce something. So if you produce an orange farm, produce orange juice in Liberia, because guess what? The people will be at a rice farm producing rice in our country, so we'll not be buying all the rice and we suffering and paying all that money for rice. They will get paid, the farmers will be paid, and you will export rice out of the country, and your export fee, your country GDP will begin to go up. That's how economics actually works. And I'm about saying that, talking about legacy. That's not what we discuss here. We discuss about actual things that actually work. You talk about roads connectivity. Not a road and one of main building where you can be fighting with a car to stick in the middle of the road. We talk about making actual roads. Building roads that last long. Not the one where I can build today. CDC built road in 2018, by the time 2019, all the road bus. We're talking about actual roads. You pay, they put the actual money, so they give you quality products. So your roads will last 10, 15, 20 years. So you don't spend money every day on it. You're talking about rule of law. Don't I will never tell Liberian people say they want to go get their own CCTV camera. You will equip the police, well trained, to be able to understand the issue. You talk about education. We're not going to be paying Wi-Fi for people who can't even, when they finish graduate from high school, there are videos there on YouTube. When you hear them speaking, you will cry for them. We will invest in actual education so young Liberians can compete. We're not going to let people go to LU for free. LU is free of course. It's free of knowledge. They play leaky. You say you get free education, but they play leaky. People can learn there. We're going to build educational system where Liberian professionals can compete amongst their friends. Sanitation, clean water. Mayor Joseph Koji Morgan, the whole state are trash.
They don't see that one.
The people are sick and dying. Just look, once you sanitize your city alone, it increases the life expectancy of human beings. That's what we are discussing here. We're not can't discuss, Joya, I want to hate. No, we're not discussing hate. The other person who believe if frame game money, I want to turn them personal problem, and then go discuss on the side. But we are discussing issues where babies are born sitting down in dumper and other things, and the mayor passing by every day discussing politics, but doesn't know that he needs to do that. That's what we are discussing here. We are discussing tourism.
No hospitals.
Beaches. We are not even showing Liberia to the world. Must invite people, but how do we invite people? You need rule of law. People must be safe to be in your country. You must have hospitals that can handle them. You must have road network and other things. So that when tourists come to your country, Ghana brought over $1 billion in tourism dollars last year. Ghana alone. Liberia got beautiful beaches. We got beautiful places. We have to put Liberia to the world. And how do you put Liberia to the world? You get serious-minded people who discuss Liberia like it's a country that needs development, and you put your mind and money to the development of the essential things
Nobody
that make
interrupt
a country a country.
Nobody interrupt
Now my brother Oteva Game, who after 6 years thought of Georgia, and Georgia after 6 years still thinking about creating jobs. He said thinking about hospital. He said thinking about agriculture. After 6 years, he still thinking.
Okay. Nobody interrupt you.
But
anyway, we've been here for 2:28. We'll get everybody time to go to closing. Oteva, you want to go first or you want to go second to last?
Yeah, let me go for it. Why all of you you're still up, you're sleeping. Let me say this, and I need you to be serious, because this, and just for the record, this is a president who I criticized so many times. And President Weah, looking at who I spoke to a few days ago, is a different man. One, there's a man who coming in concerned about his legacy and concerned about, look, he said something to me. He said, look, I don't want to leave the country to go to Ghana to go to the dentist. I said, wow. So that means that hospital will get equipped hospital than where my brother can leave from America here in children and they will see dentists then to clean their teeth there. He said, look, I don't want to go and spend 2-3 days on the road to go to Sando, Maryland. I said, but how you gonna look at incident? The man was talking, the other one is scratching heel.
I'm not interrupting you, bro. Just don't mind me. Don't mind me. Don't mind me, bro. Don't mind. I don't want to interrupt you, so I just rub my head, so you know I control. That's a way of self-control.
Yeah, that's true. So he said, look, I said, but how you gonna do that? You're gonna take one day to go to Sano and come. I said, look, he said, Mr. Gamon, I want to prioritize the road. I thought I could find money to do it on my own. And the government carry on his project. But the money that Joseph Jiboka received in his 12 year, and Ecomo 9 year again, for Union 9 year, all the people then left. I said, oh, it makes sense. He said, I want to prioritize. The same way you can leave from Des Moines and go to Philadelphia and pay $80 toll. That's the same thing I want to do. I said, oh, can you explain the thing better to me? He said, prioritize. So I will get it to PP company and to. I said, do you know how much it will cost to connect the entire country? He said, $3.2 something billion. And I said, wow. I said, but so you won't tell me that these are things that he said, I don't have to leave. He said, it will take 7 years. The other people that will come after me, they will still carry on our project, but at least the country will benefit. I said, wow. Then again, he said something that really caught my attention. He said, while you're in abroad, while you're in America, that you're in Canada, you're in Europe, but you get all the land and you ain't paying taxes on it. I said, oh, that's a $1 billion industry right there sitting down. That's a lot of money. I said, but then what you do with that money? He said, that money right there, I would take it and invest it now into tourists, into different things, schools. And he said, I want to prioritize university. I said, oh, I see what my brother in Des Moines, all the degree guy that are private university. But no, y'all will tell me you're against that idea. Because these are private universities, y'all got your degree there from. And not government university. So that the same thing this man want to do. And one thing he said again, he said, look, I want, and that's something he said in the first 100 days. He said, as long as you good in math, science, you will get scholarship to go out of the country to study abroad. And then finally they can work. I mean, these are things that look at it. The man was talking, you're not scratching your head, you're not jumping all kind of way. But y'all know y'all left good thing that the problem with y'all.
Brother, I want you to flow. I don't want to interrupt you. Please.
Yeah, but you scratching your head. You scratching your head like you got I know I call that thing a people.
Oh, tell me, I got 1 more minute, please.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. So these are the kind of thing that President Weah is thinking about. Somebody like, and yet great leader speaking about his legacy. That he don't want to leave the country. This man is talking about when. I mean, this man is thinking about 20 years from now, 30 years from now. Look at that man, you see. And the Chinese people will be coming to Africa. He said he want to create a workforce. These are the kind of things we should be thankful for. And none of y'all will tell me that all those ideas is wrong. None of y'all will tell me. But President Weah, then you're against it. So I will hear for now and listen to you too and scratch my head. You don't call to the
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Gilman, for that great party comments again. Thank you. You're a panelist on the show. I will give our other panelist Malcolm. He was out for a little bit. Malcolm, let me give you some time to give your parting comments.
Yes, gents. Can you guys hear me?
Loud and clear.
All right. I was just sitting in the back here, I'm driving, trying to, do one or two errors and just laughing at my ball. Yeah. He just talking, I mean, you speak with confidence, but you also making fun, but this is not fun. You're playing fun like Liberian people, bro. And I think you're making case for Omen Braga when you speak like this, honestly. But when you talk about leadership, I would just tell you that Joe Weir is not a leader. All right, because a leader should be able to surround himself with great people. Imagine President Weir taking people like Darlington County. I attended Cardinal University with this guy, and what he was doing in school, he was just doing music. He was like some director for, and how he was on scholarship. And you come to America, work on an airport, and like every other Liberians, and you want to go control the entire, the biggest airport. These are the kind of people that Joey are bringing around him because he knows that these guys will always, look up to him like some god. That's not a leader. A leader should be able to surround people around him that will be able to look in his face and tell him, say, "Sir, what you're doing is wrong." Even knowing that there will be some, retaliation or maybe losing your job, and we have seen on multiple occasions. All right, let us not play a joke when it comes to our country, because we live in other country and we see how the people take the country. They take it very serious, but we take our own for joke. We sit there and laugh when people take resources. Joey has 6 years, like my brother said. What has he done? Nothing. This young man was voted into a position that he himself knows that in other country, and people still laugh at Liberians. All right, Joey plays soccer, I agree. I hear citizens say, "Oh, Joey took care of people in Ghana." What are you guys talking about? Joey was only meeting with his friends. He never took care of every refugee. When you guys say that, then Liberians shouldn't have been taking any aid from UN when they were on refugees camp, not just Ghana. Yeah, we love the game, but this is not sport we're playing. This is not soccer. We're talking about lives of people. When Joey took over 2017, those kids that were born, they are now 6 years old, about to be 6 years old. Okay? Now, you guys tell me, what has transformed in their lives? Okay? If you're going to speak the politics that, "Oh, Unity Party did this," we agree. But Joey took power on the basis that he was going to prosecute people. No, he did not. As a matter of fact, he embraced corruption even more than Mana Salif. Yeah, Mana Salif did a couple of runs, but the runs that Joey have done to the Liberian people is not equal to what. Let us start joking here, man, and we'll be serious. This is our country. Look, you myself will not even enjoy Liberia. What we're fighting for today is our children. I don't know about you. I'm fighting for my children. So I don't care what are you, my brother. You got people that civic up basic yard. I attended school with him at Cardington. These are people, since he took over, he got all the master degrees, but he served in positions that he cannot show anything to the public. These are look, we voted George Weah into office. We gave him job, and anybody that he appointed into office, they should be serving at the pleasure of Liberian people, not at the pleasure or the will of the president. Okay, if Manasari did it, then George Weah came to power to make a change. So he should be that change that he talked about or he once spoke about. Let's be serious, gents. This is Liberia. Even my pa do something wrong, I would say, "Oh man, you no." That's how Liberia should be run. You here in America, we follow rules and order, or in other parts of the world, but we cannot exercise these things or practice these things in our country. You guys are talking about Georgia doing all these things, but your children living here, going to school, benefiting. They're going to be great people tomorrow. But there are Liberian children out there, not because they are dull, but they don't have the opportunity. That
one more minute, brother.
Yeah. Okay. So just to conclude, we just want to be sure if George Weah did the best that the Liberian people wish of, he shouldn't be lavishing money. We're talking about corruption. That's corruption. Taking state resources to be giving it to people and buying votes. You're allowing what kind of country, what kind of future are you building for the next generation? You talk about future, Octavius. So you think buying vote and not even using those monies to transform the lives of Liberians, young Liberians. Okay, I rest my case, gents.
It might give you 10 minutes because you're talking against your way. You give me
Can I go
only 3.
next?
I mean, I get it. Since I get it, man. I get it. Since
Can
I
I
get
go
it.
next?
Yeah, my brother, Malcolm. Thank you for your thoughts and thank you for being on the show tonight. Malcolm is one of the panelists on the current situation on political talk. I will give my brother Amos the chance, and then after that, my own guy, my boy Alex Gray, will take us home. Amos.
I just enjoying my phone comment section. It's so laughable.
Job. Roll. University. Hold that all hearing. You have been sending people to university since nothing who. What think about it? Look at me, Alex. Qualified man. You talking about electricity, all the thing. You can't even get a type of man to even do research for you. But you talking about wind energy. What you know about wind energy? See that? This is ABB. One of the best company when it comes to electricity and providing components for electricity. I mean, your country too old for that type of thing, man, or 2 years. You don't be backing Joe. Joe have been there for 6 years. In America, a president have a 4-year term. He have more than 10 to 20 mandates to meet as a president. And he can complete at least half of those before he leave the seat. But Joe got 6 years. The boy he didn't even accomplish 1% of what they wanted to do. Nobody respect them. That World Bank, IMF, they care about. Who they World Bank say, IMF say they want. IMF say, oh, we need another program. $60 million here and there. You think I will build up, but I will not build up. It will not build up, bro. Professionals that Malcolm, I don't Malcolm, probably RT guy, CEO. This man, he know finance in and out. And some I will not guy from high school, but we do our own thing. Feel me?
Yeah, man, AJ, the show coming to an end.
Yeah, so let me just conclude, right? Let's stop doing this thing, man. You don't do the Liberian, but you got parents, you got family in Liberia. Don't think because you hear and the minute you talk to you on the phone means that they like you, bro. Come on. Let's be serious, man. Let me see you.
Thank you, my brother. Again, thank you for the time. My brother Alex Gray, take us home.
Oh my man, I really appreciate the time. It was very interesting, and having such a conversation. But I mean, for me, I capture lots of words when people use them, especially when somebody talking into my senses of being serious. And then on the other end, I seen you that telling me to be serious, you're not serious. Today we have a country that celebrate good. I celebrate bad more than the good. Today you have 10% of our lawmakers. They are complete nonsense abusers, but these people still get a chance to be elected. Today, we have lawmakers that don't bring president to their knees, that are worshiping president. We have a legislator that sing and worship every leader. Not only job we are. We watch that during Manaseli time. We watch that during other government time. So today, we have a government. We have a people that consists of the government that are celebrating people who are really, really putting liberal image out there under dubious acts. Today, yeah, we celebrate them. Today, you and myself will be here. Our kids can be by us now. Fadeku sitting right there. You're sitting right there. You're turning around you this, that. You on your social media. Maybe you're trying to listen to people like Prophet Key or Yeke Koruba. What interactive? Are you learning from them? But today, these people are celebrated in our labyrinth system because they rule. They can cause mine, you know. They can cause the president mine. They can cause whosoever mine. Today, when these people going live, you'll see 1,000 people following them. Today, these people are being given the attention to be elected into power. Today, the same people you were against, I believe today, Henry Costa now is an evil, which I knew he was from the beginning. Today, one of my senior brother that I give respect to so much, Vani Saki in Iowa. This was one of the men that advocated for CDC over 20 years, I can say, 12 years or so. Today in Somerset, he supported Unity Party. When Henry Costa was against the CDC, he and Henry Costa were like this. At that time, Henry Costa was a good man. But when you against, then you become evil. When you against, then you're not popular. When you against, then you're not hero. Until the voter can decide in their mind that Labrador deserve development. Until we as a people can decide, until we can understand the political terrain we're in, the condition we find ourselves in. That today, Ellis, I would drive down the line, they make it to America and change. That ain't happen overnight. That today, I visited Liberia. I was driving in the street that the government is building, and people will take their own trash from their house and can't drop it there. Even a government that come to your house to take your trash, why your common sense? Keep it and put it to the designated area. Even when there'll be a pile of trash parking there, that's the area that designated for it. Somehow we are going to our apartment complex, or day that the trash man miss it there, we see trash falling down all, but it's in the designated area. So even if I stand outside and throw my plastic bag there, it fall in the designated area. Do Joe Biden have to remind me where to put my trash? Common sense. The light pole that they put on the road. Did somebody have to tell me that I don't supposed to go and tap on it? I got to go through the liquor mean because I had to pay for it. So we sitting on social media, we discussing, we doing everything. We ourselves damaging ourselves. Today, let me speak to the file. Like, since Stanton, what happened? I'm not happy to see Librarian man go to jail. But we live in a civilized world now, where if you defer people, your punishment had to be served.
But he didn't defer anybody.
All right. I ain't
That's
going
not
to go
fraud
back to
case.
that. I'm making my closing statement, please. I'm making my closing statement.
Did not defer anybody.
I tell me I'm making my closing statement,
Thank
bro.
you. That forget about that topic.
So the fact that other people genuinely were thinking they're going through a degree program. By the end of the day, they'll be discredited because these things had never been approved. So somebody who spent at least 3 days, if you spend in that class, your energy, your time, everything is wasted. Today, we celebrate it because ain't no you for me. So Liberia, the problem we have now is not leaders, it's us. The problem Liberia faced with today, 10% is leader, 90% is us. Until we can mold our mind that yes, we need the best for ourselves. I stand for a cause, and let me stand for this cause. Not because Otavio and myself standing for the same side today, then I go hear the brother, oh my man, you take something from VK that you're supposed to pay for at the end of the day, you don't pay for it, and you and VK start going back and forth. That's okay, VK, since you support the Unity Party, man, I'll stand with Otavio. No. If you have to pay for it, you have to pay for it. That's how the country developed. That's how everything go about doing things. Even the Liberian, when they leave from Liberia, they go Ghana. Their way of doing things, the Ghanaian people can fold their hand. Look at them.
One more minute, bro.
So we have to think right. We have to do everything that will sell our country image. That will sell our country image. That's how we attract investors. That's how we attract tourists. That's how we attract the whole world. But if we would just support people who are supporting bad acts on a general basis, regardless Unity Party or CDC, all these both parties are the bad doers. And those bad doers are the ones we celebrating more than the good ones. So if somebody from international world look at you and say, okay, see the man now who they say him bad, we are looking at him to be bad, but see all the people celebrating him. So that means the man is okay. So that's how the country runs. So we as a people need to put our mind to what we want. That's the only way Liberia going to be developed. I close my statement right there.
I agree with you 100%. I mean, 98%, but Stanton case, you're completely wrong.
Okay, my brother. Thank
If
you
you,
all for
if
the
you
show
want, if you
tonight.
want to be a nurse, you go to some other school. You still got to pass the state
Let me just do my
Okay.
low closing before we get out of here. Thank you all for the show tonight. I want to thank my panelists, Mr. Octavius Gilman and Mr. Michael Vaughn for being on. I also want to thank our guest, Mr. Alice Gray and Mr. Amos Nwanga for coming on. It was a great show tonight. And look, for me, I say that's how our generation should discuss our country. We might not be on the same side, but let's discuss our country in a way that we show respect and reverence to each other, and we can share ideas, and that's how countries become better. Because we share ideas. It's okay for us to disagree. It's okay for us to not have the same thoughts, but it's not okay for us to be at each other's throats just because we don't agree on an issue. That's what our show is about. Our show is here because we come to we come to do something. We give our thoughts and we share our views and we share our values and we make this happen as a group. Don't forget, we are on 3 times a week. We will be back on Sunday evening. We'll have a new host or somebody will host. We'll have a new topic. The other panelists will be here. We're on 3 times a week: Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. We're gonna be on the show. Again, thank you all for being here. As I said, the show was great tonight. I hope you all have a good night, and we'll see you back here on Sunday. This is Current Situation Media. I was your host. Thank you all, and everyone, please have a good night. Thank you.
that they get signed. And send it to the Senate, say they get signed it long ago. Then we get up, but we